Hello, FG Macreds. I hope I'm saying that correctly. How are you tonight? And I'm so happy that you can be here. Hello, Gemini Glitters. I'm so excited that you could make it. I'm also really excited to be here because I really enjoyed our last live reading. I'm not sure if you guys were able to be here for that or not. But it's a different experience, but it's really, really nice to be able to connect with you guys in real time. Although I say that, oh, good, I got the oh. Sorry, I'm laughing at my own, my own lack of knowledge there. Forever grateful. Thank you. Oh, sometimes I have my moments. Oh, thank you. Loving the peace vibe. New York City. Absolutely. I love New York City. I love New York City. I lived in Williamsburg, but we're talking back in maybe 20 years ago. And oh, I just have such fond memories of Brooklyn. I also lived in Queens for a little bit. But hello, Vicky de Puy. I don't want to mispronounce that. But hello, Vicky. How are you? Oh, Scorpio moon. Yes, we're a very special breed. Got to watch out for them Scorpio moons. Oh, all right. Astoria. Very cool. Well, my grandmother's Greek, and my cousin lived in Astoria. I lived in Sunnyside for a little bit, but that was so many moons ago. But it was one of the best times in my life for sure. Well, I say that I love connecting with you all in real time, but I'm not sure if my chat is a little bit delayed or my connection is a little delayed or not. So I do apologize if I miss anyone or any questions or any comments. So as many of you may know, I am in the Dominican Republic, and yes, I can't wait. Ooh, Gemini, Sun and Moon. All right. So I am in the Dominican Republic, and you'll probably hear some traffic because we are on the little road that I live on. There is actually a little bit of rush hour, so I do apologize about that ahead of time. And all right, Vicky, good to hear that you're doing great. And we have had crazy rain. I mean, the streets are completely flooded today, which is normal. That's par for the course here. Um, but there are certain places that are kind of not, some cars can't get through. But I think our connection should be fine. I mentioned that just in case there's any sort of snafu with connections or what have you. All right, lots of Geminis in the house. Ooh, some of my besties. I have a Gemini bestie, and I'm a Venusian Gemini, so I actually really love Gemini energy. Just the witty banter and somebody who loves to like chat and talk about anything and laugh, and that's what I love about my gems. Ooh, Cancer rising. All right, so we're sensitive here in the house. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Venus. Renata. A Gemini Venus can be a complicated placement. I'm a Venusian Gemini, yeah, as I mentioned. So it can be a complicated placement. All right. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get started. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna like this is my Cancerian energy. I'm just gonna gush about our little soul tribe in the chat today. But I'll try to stay focused and get into the reading, not keep you guys too late. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. And actually, before we do, I have some announcements to make, and I'm so incredibly excited because it's something that I've really wanted to do for a long time. And I have, sometimes, I'm better than others, but fallen off the wagon, if you will, when it comes to my meditation and my Reiki. And I have decided to start doing meditations and affirmations, but I'm not posting them on this channel because I feel like it kind of messes with the algorithm, and maybe not everybody's here for that. So in the description box of this video, if you're interested, it's a passion project of mine. I have two channels. The English version is called Sacred Affirmations, and today I published, and I'm really, really proud of, it's about an 18-minute long meditation for Libra season. And like I said, I'm really proud of it. So if you're interested, go and check that out after the live stream, of course. And also, if you're a Spanish speaker, or if you're learning Spanish even, or if you're a native speaker, or you just want to hear it in Spanish, I have the sister channel to Sacred Affirmations, which is Afirmaciones de la Sagrada, in there as well. And I haven't quite gotten the Spanish version of the Libra meditation up and running yet, but I'm hoping it'll be tomorrow or this coming weekend. So I don't want to blab on and on about that, but I'm really proud of it, and I'm really excited, and I really want to share with you guys, if and only if you're interested in doing guided meditations with me, and also some affirmations. So that's that. Let's get into our, thank you, loving the peace vibe. Thank you, thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. So first and foremost, again, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight as we're stepping into Libra season. We're a few days into it already. And as many of you know, this is a time about balance, harmony, love, and connection. And I'm going to be pulling cards for each sign. We're going to start with Libra and we're going to end with Virgo. So we're just going to run through the zodiac. And if at any point in time you take a break and come back, you can see which zodiac sign I'm on with the cards here to the right. And I'm going to be pulling a 3-card spread. We're going to be taking a look at what needs rebalancing in your life. We're going to see what's highlighted in relationships for you during Libra season, and also what Libra season is bringing you. And we're going to pull some cards about love. We're also going to pull some cards about career, because as many of you already know, Venusian energy is both about love and money. Okay, it deals with both of those energies. So yeah, let's get started. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this. So we're going to start with Libran energy. And again, if you're not a Libra sun, you can always check if you have another Libran placement. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. I like to say north node as well. I like to really check my north node. What do you guys have in your north nodes? What are your north node signs? Now I'm getting nosy. Now I just want to sit here and chat with you. My chat might be a little bit delayed. But yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know where your north nodes are. All right, let's get started with Libra. First and foremost, for my Libras out there, what needs rebalancing? All right, we have the Fool card. So Aries energy, okay. So for some of my Libras out there, there's a lack of confidence. Maybe something has happened here that has your confidence has taken a hit because of this. It could also be rushing into situations, and again, most likely relationships, or always chasing or being chased, that type of energy. Let's see. When it comes to your relationship focus for this season, all right, we have the Devil. Yep, Capricorn energy. Taking a look at toxic behaviors, belief systems, relationships. All right, and what is Libra season bringing you? We have the King of Cups, so possibly a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but it does feel like it's potentially bringing you love. But the King of Cups, we're going to see, is this love? Is this a person? Or is it something that's quite emotionally draining? We're going to clarify. So we have the Queen of Pentacles here. I do feel like my Libras that I'm connecting with, and maybe it could be because we're in this eclipse season, but a lot of you, I feel, have been struggling here, either with your health or with your finances, or you're starting to feel really drained by some sort of toxic cycle that seems to be repeating in your life. Again, it could be in love, it could be in career. So you're being asked to rebalance with Fool energy. So it may be time to start something new, to do things differently, to think outside of the box. It may be time to take a risk or take a leap of faith. But it may also, it doesn't necessarily mean jumping into action though, because for some of you, that's the problem. You've been rushing into things too quickly. Yeah, and it looks like there's something here that needs to be healed. Your focus may be, you might be focusing on the wrong things and on the wrong people. And I don't mean that to criticize you, but it looks like with that Two of Cups behind you, you're not seeing someone or something here that could potentially bring you balance, bring you partnership. So there may be a real need for you to switch your focus. All right. And we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Some of you, now we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles coming through. It does feel like there's a very important relationship here that may be Maybe there's a lot of fighting, bickering, and arguing within that relationship. Maybe there's separation. Kind of feels like it with the King and the Queen of Pentacles coming through. Both of them wanted to show up in reverse. But for others of you too, it's about really shifting your focus. With the King of Pentacles showing up here, it's time to really, focus on your spiritual journey. Some of you may have been too materially focused as well. I know these messages sound a little bit harsh, but I feel like some of you do need to really pay attention to your finances, pay attention to your stability, pay attention to where you're channeling your energy, what you're giving your energy to. Okay, because when it comes to relationships, we have the Devil. Now, obviously, this could indicate this could indicate a Capricorn that's in your life, coming into your life. But I feel like your relationship focus here is releasing toxic patterns, toxic ties, toxic relationships, someone that you may be bound to. It's about holding back during Libra season and looking at all the details. Again, not rushing into things. Strong Pisces energy, focusing on your spiritual journey and how your relationships tie into that, okay, or how that ties into your relationships. But I also feel like Spirit's telling you to take a step back and take a look at what isn't working or what cycles are repeating here that shouldn't be. And we see the Seven of Cups coming through. Yeah, because I do think that you are going to be getting clarity here. I think you're going to be getting clarity about an important soulmate connection, making a choice here about this connection. Some of my Libras, you may have two choices. I mean, if you've been dealing with somebody here who's, where there's been a lot of off and on, a lot of fighting, bickering, arguing, there's been a lot of toxic cycles repeated. You may be looking at leaving that situation. Again, you might even have a choice between someone who's more in alignment with you and this other energy. But it does look like there is some confusion, most likely at the beginning here of Libra season for you when it comes to love and relationships, and you're being asked to hold back, take a look at what's not working, how it can be revised, but you will be getting clarity. Okay, and what Libra season is bringing you is this King of Cups. So like I said, possibly a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio person, but let's see. Okay, it's bringing you clarity that's going to allow you to move forward. And again, it feels like you're seeing a situation for what it is, that it's draining you, and that like it's time to move on. All right, but it could be habits within that connection as well. And we see the Emperor energy in reverse. Yeah, I think I think a lot of my Libras here, the energy I'm getting, yep, you're going to be healing. You're going to be holding back. You're going to be looking at the details. You're going to be seeing very, very clearly here. There's a situation that you no longer want to give to because it's really draining. And it may be something you felt like you jumped into, or it might be something that's just been really triggering for you. All right, so let's take a look at... I am on Libra. All right, so when it comes to love, here it is, Libra. It looks like there is a separation here. Now, this really could be due to the eclipse energy that we've just gone through, because eclipses bring these major shifts and changes, and we can kind of wake up and see someone or something very differently due to this eclipse energy. All right, but you definitely have somebody here who's missing you, but there may be a separation in order. We see Hammer. So some of you, someone you're in separation from is coming back around to work on things, but you have to just make sure that it's not you two falling back into the same cycles. All right. And we see Stabbed in the back. Yeah. So we see separation, deception, heartbreak. So I know these sound like pretty intense messages here, Libra, but I do kind of feel like Spirit's telling you to really take a good hard look at anybody here who is coming back around, or if there's a situation that you really should be working on, or should you be focusing your energy in a completely different direction. All right, so let's go ahead and see. And we need to have these downs in order to have the ups, right? Like we need the darkness in order to see the light. So just remember that. When it comes to career and finances, we have magic. So Spirit saying when it comes to your financial abundance, your career, you have the power now. So this is a magical time for you. And you can attract what you want into your life. The sky is the limit. So to think big. You're also receiving spiritual guidance here, Libra. Okay, as you know, in all areas of your life, but pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities that you may be receiving, you know, repeating numbers. You may hear, you know, signs, messages through music. I'm seeing pennies, feathers, but it might be, you know, playing cards, things that you kind of find on the ground. Start paying attention to those little signs and synchronicities here. And we see gestures coming through. So you may be asked to help someone out, or you may need a hand. Give deserved praise to others and you will receive recognition too. So when it comes to career and finances, it does also look like for those of you who are feeling a bit drained, maybe you're dealing with a really like a tyrant for a boss. Some of you, you're going to be seeing very clearly that it may be time to move on to something else, and you're getting that guidance here when it comes to career. All right, so let's see any final messages, advice, and guidance for my Libras, please. All right, we have confidence. It comes with time and practice. All right, so yeah, be confident. You know, in order to be fierce, it's not always just like fake it till you make it. Sometimes it's being really scared, but doing it anyway. All right, so Spirit's saying it's time, you know, this is a time to be confident or to do things differently, to try things, even things that you might be afraid of, like looking for a new job or letting go of a situation that just doesn't work for you anymore. All right, my Libras, I'm going to leave it there, and we're going to move right on into Scorpio. Ooh, Renata, you've got a Leo North Node. I do too. Libra Moon. I'm seeing here Gemini glitters. You've got a lot of air placements there, huh? All right. I am also forever grateful. So glad to be doing a live chat. I was saying, I think I interrupted myself, that it's really nice. It's actually really nice to connect with you guys. All right, Vicky, so it seems like that something resonated with you, that reading. That reading resonated, I'm glad. Like I said, this is a newer type reading, so I'm still kind of getting my bearings here. All right, so we're moving right along into Scorpio. And we're going to take a look at what needs rebalancing. All right, Scorpios. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Scorpios. Yes, yes, forever grateful. Yes, thank you. All right, Scorpios, what needs rebalancing? We have the Five of Pentacles, okay? Your relationship focus, we have the Eight of Pentacles. All right, and we have what Libra season is bringing you. It could be a Leo here, but it could also be bringing you more confidence. And we have the Emperor energy, Aries energy, so Scorpios. Some of you are really all about, and most likely it's coming from that eclipse energy, but you're all about stepping up when it comes to relationships, stepping up when it comes to your finances. I love you showing up as the Emperor energy because you're coming through as extremely powerful. But what needs rebalancing here is the Five of Pentacles. So some of you may be carrying around an energy of lack. There could be hurt or disappointment or loneliness as well. Let's see. Why do we have the Five of Pentacles here? Yeah, some of you some of you with the Strength card, Leo energy. You could have Leo placements, or there could be a Leo that you feel that you're not trusting, or that has left you out in the cold. But I'm feeling more than anything, there's a lack of confidence here, which is interesting though, because you're showing up as the Emperor. So it's telling me that you actually do have the confidence, you have the skill, you have the wisdom, you have the experience, but maybe a recent rejection or an energy of lack that's embedded in your nervous system has kind of popped back up. Okay, so now's the time to really work on that, Scorpio. And yeah, again, another card of lack of confidence. Interesting. So the Page of Pentacles is that overanalysis paralysis. It's that energy of hesitation, overthinking things. So it's a time, now is the time to not do that. It's to step into your power and source your wisdom, Scorpio, from what you've been through. Like, you've got this. That's the message I have here. And it's interesting though, because you're showing up as the Emperor. You more than have got this. Like, you can run the show, right? So we'll see. With the Eight of Pentacles, your relationship focus is, for those of you who are still in a connection, or in a connection, not still in a connection, that sounds weird, but those of you who are in a connection, it's about, I feel like, watching him water this garden, it's really about nurturing the connection and really putting in the work. And, sometimes things can get a little bit boring, but, whether it's finding ways to spice things up, or it's just, not jetting, not dipping when things get a little bit boring. It's about also being very clear about whom you're going to put in the work with, right? Because relationships, are not all super easy, right? They require work. They require nurturing. They require, this watering here. So we see Emperor energy in reverse. Some of my Scorpios, the Emperor energy in reverse. And again, I feel like we're getting some tough love messages coming through, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It feels like some of my Scorpios, you might jet or you might dip when things tend to get a little bit boring. And, and I feel like Spirit's saying that's something to really focus on. Now, for others of my Scorpios, it's not you who's dipping or leaving when things get a little bit boring, but you may be calling in people who aren't really willing to put in the work, that don't have the same vision for you, people that rush in and rush out. I also feel with the Emperor energy in reverse, it's important to, be aware of anybody here who has a temper, because the Emperor in reverse is one of my big red flags. All right, the Emperor in reverse is somebody who can be a cheater. The Emperor in reverse can be somebody who has a bad temper. Okay, so again, also really being sure about whom you're investing with, right, or investing in, and knowing what your boundaries are. All right, and we see the Four of Swords here showing up. There's that energy of restlessness. There's an energy here of restlessness. So I don't know if some of my Scorpios, you get restless really easy, and Spirit's asking you to just take a look at getting involved in a situation that you don't really want to stick it out. You don't want to stick out, or you don't want to put the work into, or are some of my Scorpios here calling in people who are really restless souls, people that aren't willing to put in the work. And that should be something that you should try to establish early on. I mean, although not everybody's completely honest about, what they really want to give to a relationship early on, but properly vetting your people. We see the Strength card. So we do see this building of confidence here in Libra season. So Libra season is going to bring you Seven of Swords, and we see the Hierophant energy in reverse. Interesting. It may be bringing, there may be a secret admirer coming towards you, somebody who's very different from you, different race, religion, tradition, or background. But I'm also seeing that for some of my Scorpios, there may be a breakup here. If you're dealing with somebody and that somebody is like very harsh or judgmental, or you're questioning their loyalty, or maybe you're feeling like you just want to dip, you might be dipping, all right? You might be getting out of there. But remember that this is something that isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. It's your redirection, and it's your protection here, Scorpio. Yeah, there's a Tower moment here. There's a Tower moment. Now, for some of you, the Tower moment is surprise. There's a secret admirer, maybe a Taurus or a Leo. But I feel for the vast majority of you, there's a surprise with a connection where somebody hasn't been completely honest with you, and you may have already been seeing those signs. All right. Now, for others of you, there could be if this has to do with your work and your finances, some of you there may be a change of jobs, and I'm putting that lightly. Some of you there may be, that you could be getting fired. I know that's just awful. I mean, that's an awful message to say. I don't want anybody to get too paranoid, but it really also could be, the Tower moment could be getting laid off or the company going under, something like that. But it's kind of like secretly or unexpectedly leaving this contract. All right, so we'll pull some oracle cards for your career and your finances. North Node in Aries, Vicky. Ooh, you've come here to be in Aries. So you've already got this Libra energy down then. All right, when it comes to love and romance for my Scorpios, yep, some of you you're dealing with this Emperor in reverse, which is this golden mirror card. Someone self-absorbed, narcissistic tendencies, where it was a one-sided relationship. That certainly may be something here that's ending. Okay. Yep, look at that. Another Tower moment, lightning. So we're getting confirmation. Get ready for a sudden change. Shocking news. Again, for some of you, it may be that you've been through this ending already, but you have a secret admirer coming around. And you might not be so sure about how you feel about that, because it feels like you might still be reeling from this Emperor in reverse, golden mirror energy. But we definitely see that there's a breakup, separation here. But I'm seeing it as, again, like I said, it's happening to you, not for you, and it's actually stopping a pattern. So it feels like there's a major up-leveling here for you, Scorpio. All right, like it's stopping a pattern. It's, it's learning that karmic lesson so that it's not repeated anymore with anybody else. All right, when it comes to work, career, or finance, let's see. Any messages, advice, and guidance for my Scorpios, please? All right, we have moving up. So when it comes to career and finance, you're increasing your power and status. You may get a promotion or move to a better home or office. You climb the ladder of success. Yes, and I mean, obviously this could be you secretly moving on from a position, not really telling too many people about it. I feel like that would be very Scorpionic of you, especially my Scorpio moons out there, not really talking about your successes until after they've happened, or letting people figure it out on their own. But I do see that if you're leaving a position or you're let go of, or there's this Tower moment, this sudden shakeup, it's actually going to be for your highest and greatest good. It may put you on the path to a better position or more money. We see direction. So your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step as you go along. There's no need to hurry or worry. You are being divinely guided here. Absolutely. And we have frozen. So there may be a hiring freeze or no work now. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. A warm follow-up gets you in the door. So, maybe during Libra season, there is going to be a bit of a pause, okay? But remember, it's happening to you, not for you, all right? And so there could be a little bit of a pause, or, things are really quiet for you. But it's just that calm before the storm, which I do feel is that Tower moment when it comes to your finances. All right, let's see. Any other advice and guidance for my Scorpios? Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. Look at you setting yourself free, Scorpio. Letting go of someone or something here so that you can fly high. There's that success. There's that moving on up energy when it comes to your finances, but I'm also seeing it letting go of this energy when it comes to love as well. Is you're gonna be experiencing new heights. All right, so don't doubt that. All right, Scorpios, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm sending you love and light. And we're gonna move right on into Sagittarius. All right, thank you, Gemini Glitters, thank you. I don't do my nails. I have someone who does them. And Yes, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun doing my nails. So thank you. I'm glad you like them. I like them too. In fact, I don't know how to operate without them. They are officially a part of my body. They're officially an extension. Ooh, yeah. Forever grateful you recently separated from someone who couldn't be emotionally available. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, but if you're not getting what you need, it's time, it's time to move on. Obviously, not making a snap decision there to do that, but it can be a tough decision. But when somebody's not emotionally available, it always leaves you hanging and always wondering, like, is it something like, why can't they do that with you? All right. Thank you, Gemini Glitters. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what needs rebalancing? I'm sorry, I'm not really asking my Sagittarius out there. Spirit, what needs rebalancing in Sagittarius lives in Libra season? All right, we see the Page of Swords, okay. All right, relationship focus, we see the Six of Swords, right? And what Libra season is bringing my Saggies is the Ace of Swords, so a brand new beginning here. All right, with the Page of Swords, I do feel, you know what I'm getting here? I'm getting an energy of gossip. So it could be beware of other people gossiping. I don't think it's about you. I mean, if there are people gossiping about you, just let it go. Like, you're not meant to even, run your own race. People who gossip are usually just jealous or triggered by you or your success. So don't let gossip get to you. But then also, I feel like it's really important to not engage in gossip. So if you feel like there's, and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of gossip here and there, right? That's what friends often do. But if you're starting to see that it's just this overall negative vibe, you may need to pull yourself away from certain people. Because again, it's low vibrational to be always, talking about or so invested in like what other people are doing and especially what they might be doing wrong. We see the Nine of Pentacles here showing up in reverse. So some of my Sagittarius as well, there's a real need for you to focus on your health, or there's a real need for you to focus on your work-life balance. And pay attention to what it is that you're giving to. Like I said, if there's like a group of friends that are always kind of low vibrational or like gossipy, like, is that the group that you should really be giving to at this point in time, for example? We're also seeing here the Page of Swords to me really represents the throat chakra. And as many of you already know, the throat chakra's themes, if you will, are, expression, communication, being authentic. And so for some of you, what needs balancing here is that throat chakra, so that you have, so you express yourself, your inner truth. And some of you could, like, when we have an imbalanced throat chakra, this can lead to a sore throat or like losing your voice. It can be pain in that area as well, or anything having to do with your teeth. So just be aware of that. Also, throat chakra will affect your neck. Okay, so it could be pain or stiffness there. But in another sense, a blocked throat chakra can be a habit of either talking all the time and not really knowing when to listen or to stay quiet. But it can also be the opposite, where you have an inability to speak up or set boundaries or stand up for yourself. Okay, so I do feel like some of you, for those of you that do interested in it, you may really want to focus on the throat chakra. Libra season. All right. We have the Five of Cups energy in reverse coming through. Okay, so some of you too, you're in the process of healing. All right, so there's something here that needs to be healed. Some of you, you're not making yourselves available to the right people or to the right person. And again, that imbalanced throat chakra could be, part of that, right? Where you're like not ready to let somebody know how you feel or let somebody know that you're ready to date because you still might be healing or you're not making yourself emotionally available. Yeah, and we also see your finances, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So some of you, there is going to be a need to be a strong focus here on your finances during Libra season. All right, when it comes to your relationship focus, you see the Six of Swords. So some of you, it's about moving on from hurt or heartbreak. For others of you, it's about really calling in those people that bring you peace. Really only dealing with people in your love life or your other relationships that add value to your life and that bring you peace. You don't want people coming in to disturb what you've worked hard for. All right, so we see the Six of Swords. All right, so there could be a water sign. I like this. Some of you, if it's a newer connection, a water sign who brings you a lot of peace or that you're moving on with, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we see the Four of Swords in reverse. So there may be a little bit of a restlessness here to move forward here with this person. But I like the Six of Swords. It tells me that that this connection is going to help you move on from something, or it's going to bring you peace. But beware of being a little bit too restless, wanting to move forward. That can't move forward too quickly. That can be the shadow attributes of Sagittarius energy, which can be, moving a bit too quickly or being impulsive. So you do want to be aware of that. With the Ace of Swords, though, Libra season's bringing you a brand new beginning. It's bringing you truth. It's bringing you clarity. Okay, it's bringing you happiness and joy. And yes, look at that, the Queen of Wands. Some of you, it's a lot of passion. Get ready, Sag. This is a nice reading. And for some of you, it's bringing you a relationship. But the Hierophant card can also be a new job, something that you're manifesting. The Three of Cups can be celebrating, going out for work drinks or celebrating a raise here, something that you've manifested, a new job, a new contract. But for a lot of you, I feel it could be this relationship. And potentially, look at who's under that Cancer energy, possibly with a water sign. All right. Ooh, I'm loving that. So let's take a look, Sag, at... Hello, BJP2B. I hope I got that right. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we haven't gotten to Gemini yet. We're still on Sagittarius. All right. Sagittarius is having an amazing read, by the way. Let's get back into it. As I said, I'm kind of easily distracted. All right, so we see not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. I feel like more so, Sag, this might be your energy because we did get that Page of Swords in reverse. It might be time in your love life to speak up. But it could also indicate somebody here who's a secret admirer here. Some of my Saggies, there's a fear, whether it's you or your person, that you're not good enough or that you're going to be repeating past cycles. And there may be a fear of cheating, okay? Especially if that's something that you're healing from or if you've experienced infidelity in your past. But I'm more so with the seduction card. I'm actually getting this energy, passion, attraction, and I'm getting flirting and dating and possibly hooking up here with somebody new that very well may lead to a relationship, okay? That's the energy I'm getting here. Now let's take a look at your advice and guidance when it comes to career, because some of you are going to be celebrating whether it's a new client, a new contract, a new job, something new, something that's in alignment with you. And Spirit saying in Libra season, action is key to getting where you need to go, so don't wait around. Take a step in any direction to get unstuck and find opportunities. It looks like you're going to be very successful in doing that. But there will also be a need for you to be flexible. So you'll need to see in the dark at times to maneuver the coming changes. So there are definitely changes coming to work or career and finances, and they feel positive. While it seems extreme, just hang in there. All right, beautiful. And investment. So invest in your education and make some big plans for the future. And some of you might be getting the money to do that, to make, investments, or in order, like making a budget, making a plan to invest, maybe going back to school, or, putting that money away to do what you've always wanted to do. Spirit's telling you in Libra season, it's a good time to take calculated risks. Save here, Sag. So it looks positive when it comes to your finances as well. All right, any final advice here for my Sagittarius? Any final advice here for my Sagittarius? Endings are inevitable, but we all know that come with endings, there are brand new beginnings. I think you're waiting for your ships to come in, and for a lot of my Saggies, I feel like during Libra season, your ships are coming in. All right, I'm going to leave it there, and we're going to move on to Capricorn. How's everybody doing there in the chat? Don't forget to hit that like button if some of these messages are resonating with you. It will also help me see if I should be doing more live chats more frequently. Thank you, BJP2B. I'm glad you enjoy the readings. I'm doing a slightly different format as I'm going live. A slightly different format than I'm used to doing. All right. So let's go ahead and get into Capricorn. So what needs rebalancing? We see the King of Pentacles. Okay, that's you, Capricorn. Do we have any Capricorn placements here in the house? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. All right, your relationship focus, we have the Strength card, Leo energy. So some of you, you're dealing with the Leo. But some of you might not be feeling so confident here about love and relationships, or a particular relationship. All right, and what Libra season is bringing you is an Ace of Pentacles. So we're going to see if this is a missed opportunity or not. And we see the Death card, Scorpio energy. So it looks like, my Capricorns out there, you know that there's something that needs to transform for you here. There's something that needs to be let go of, whether it's a relationship or if it's an old way of being or doing. The King of Pentacles is telling me that what needs rebalancing is you, all right? Because you are the King of Pentacles, Capricorn. Now, this can be your health, this can be your finances, but I just feel like it's you. Some of you are in need to do some like chakra cleansing, energy work, releasing attachments, energy blocks. I'm getting some of you need a real strong energetic detox. All right, because there's something here that's been holding on to you, or you've been holding on to, that Spirit's saying it's time to let this go. All right, we see the Nine of Swords. Some of my Capricorns, you're not sleeping well. Some of you, you're going through a bit of an awakening, and I wouldn't be surprised with the eclipse energy that we've just been through. With the Nine of Swords, you're going through a major awakening here. And literally, you might not be able to sleep at night. Some of you may be suffering from cold sweats and things like that. There may be a need for you to check into sleeping, like better sleeping habits. Maybe even seeing somebody about your sleeping habits or your sleeping issues. Interesting. I'm really focused on that. But for some of you, I've never seen this before, but what I'm getting from this Nine of Swords, I'm seeing a lot of evil eye energy. So I feel some of you, you have like, you need some psychic protection. And if you haven't done or you don't know much about psychic protection, just do a quick little search. I mean, you can use crystals, you can use talismans, you can do energy work. But I feel some of Capricorns. I hope I didn't just call you Sagittarius. But I do hope that I hope I didn't call you Sagittarius, but I do hope my Capricorns, I do feel there's a strong message, and I'm feeling a little bit weird about it. I guess I want to say like it's a strong feeling that you may need to do a little like that psychic protection. It may be something that's holding you back or draining your energy. All right. It could also be something that's disrupting your sleep. And we see the Lovers card in reverse. So for some of you, it does have to do with somebody that you're intimately involved in. Remember too, when we are intimately involved with somebody, we can sometimes also pick up their negative attachments. So I'm just kind of getting like, you might need to do a cleanse, Capricorn. Again, not saying that you're dirty. I'm not trying to, talk smack over here and say that, my Capricorns out there have been, but I do feel like somewhere along the line here, Capricorn, you have opened yourself up to, or you've been vulnerable to negative attachments. And it's most likely through intimacy with others, because like I said, sometimes it could be their energy affecting you, or it could be the energy that they picked up along the way. I also feel like there's a lack of focus. The shadow attributes of Gemini energy is a lack of focus. So I'm seeing that some of you are really stressed, brain fog, can't seem to finish things that you start. And that's not Capricorn energy at all. And I'm not saying that's how you are as a person, but I feel like right now there's something here that's got a hold on you that's not allowing you to focus. It's not allowing you to sleep. It's not allowing you to be your whole self. So I feel like that is what needs to be balanced, or it needs to be purged, is actually what I'm getting. Really, really kind of intense energy there for my Capricorns. Your relationship focus here is Strength card, so it could be with a Leo person. But some of you are, or need to, or you are building up strength and courage when it comes to relationships, or you're questioning why you're not feeling so confident about a particular connection. Yep, see, you're lacking confidence here, Capricorn. And we see the High Priestess and Spirit saying it's really important that you trust your intuition. Are you not trusting someone, Capricorn? It's kind of what I'm getting. And I'm kind of feeling like someone who may seem or seemed really great isn't seeming so great now. Or your intuition is really sounding off about someone here, that there's something telling you to hold back. There's something here that's telling you something's off. Now, we see the Ace of Pentacles. This is what Libra season is bringing you. So why do we have this Ace of Pentacles here? Empress energy, Taurus and Libra energy, divine feminine energy, and we get the Page of Wands. I think my Capricorn have a choice here. That's really what I'm getting, because we see it with the Lovers in reverse. You have like the most opposite energies coming to you. I think someone here is going to miss an opportunity. Somebody here, possibly a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, somebody who may be a bit foolish. They could be less emotionally mature than you. I think they're going to miss an opportunity with you, because I think you're already starting to feel like their energy is off. All right, or you're not going to take a risk or take a leap of faith here with them because you're holding yourself in high regard. But I'm seeing you calling in a whole different, higher caliber type of person. Now, that's when it comes to love. Now, for others of my Capricorns here, I feel like if this has to do with business or work, like you're the bee's knees here. But there's something here that there's something here that you're lacking. You're lacking confidence, or you're not trusting how badass you really are. And you need to be aware of that, because that lack of confidence there could, you're the Empress. You can have what you want. You can get what you want. But that lack of confidence could lead to a missed opportunity. And I'm reading that more so as work than in love. Okay, but again, take it how it resonates. Yeah, there's a cycle that's about to be closed out, but something here needs to be let go first. All right, so let's take a look at love. When it comes to love, You're healing. Freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. I think that's something that's resonating here with this energy that I'm picking up on. All right. And we see some of you have been stabbed in the back, or you recognize or you see that there's some sort of deception, okay, when it comes to love. And again, this could be with a past person, but they might have been popping up in your, in your dreams. They might have been popping up in your, in your thoughts, getting reminders of this person. But Spirit's saying this relationship is over, no second chances. It's time to grow and transform your life. And as a result of doing that, Capricorn, it's like you're calling in a totally different caliber, higher caliber person here. All right, let's take a look at, when it comes to career and finances, messages for my Capricorns, please. When it comes to career and finance for my Capricorns, please. We're seeing perspective. If you change the way you look at things, you could see everything in a brand new light that will help you get where you want to be. Yeah, and again, I'm wondering if some of my Capricorns out there are struggling with a little bit of imposter syndrome. Don't. Spirit's saying don't do that. You're Empress energy. You've got this. Even if you're starting something new or you're doing something different when it comes to your career and finance, you are Empress energy. Trust it. Change your perspective, because you're going to get, I feel like you're going to get what you want. But if you don't have that confidence, you may miss an opportunity here. And it seems like a long slog, Capricorn, but your efforts will pay off soon. Stay on course, and for at least a few more months before making a change. All right. So maybe right now isn't necessarily the time for change, but it does feel like it's coming. All right, and we have wisdom. You're called to serve as a mentor for someone, or as a role model and guide who can show the way. Use your wisdom and experience. And I also feel like this is a reminder of like just who you are, of your wisdom and your experience, Capricorn. Because I feel some of my Cappies out there, you're doubting it. I feel like you're doubting it, and Spirit's saying just don't do that. All right. I mean, easier said than done, right? All right, let's go ahead and see final messages, advice, and guidance for my Capricorns. Sun, number 11. Paint the sun back into your sky. Yeah. Some of you too, this is about getting more sleep. That's what I'm seeing here. I know that just sounds like such a mundane message, but for some of you, I'm seeing you're going to be getting better sleep. You're going to be resting more, easier. But I'm also seeing that like little by little, things are getting so much better here for you. And for others of you, this is a call for you to be creative, but also a reminder to pay attention to where you're channeling your energy and your thoughts, because your thoughts really do become things. All right. Capricorns, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care. All right. So we are going to move right along into Aquarius energy. But before we do that, I wanted to say to Vicky, I'm glad, okay, you're feeling the awakening, but you're also feeling really exhausted and you sleep like a baby. That's good. That's good. During sleep is also when we receive psychic surgery. So just remember that as well. So you're most likely getting healed during your sleep. Emily, welcome. This is your first time watching me live. Very cool. I don't do lives very often, but I am trying to see if it's something that we can work into our weekly schedule, or bi-weekly at least. Yeah. All right, Vicky. So that reading was connecting with your twin. Les Sánchez Escultores 23. Bienvenido. All right. Gemini Glitters, you checked out my makeup channel. Oh my goodness. I haven't posted there in ages, but I'm thinking about doing it again. It just sometimes I get pulled in a lot of different directions. I have a midheaven in Gemini. My Geminis know what I'm talking about. All right. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thank you. But by the way, there will be new makeup content coming over on that channel. Those videos I posted, though, they're quite old. I feel like I've changed a lot since then. Well, I think it's been over a year. But anyway. Just a small little passion project. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Aquarius energy. Hello, Chetna123. Welcome in. All right, so for Aquarius, we have 10 of Swords in reverse. All right, your relationship focus is going to be the 9 of Wands in reverse. And what Libra season is going to bring you, the 7 of Swords. Okay. Oh, Vicky, you're always waking up at 3 a.m. You know, I am too, between 2 and 4. I think it's normal for us. It's normal for me and my soul tribe. I think a lot, like, it's you know, that's when the magic happens, right? All right, so let's go ahead and see. Let me focus on Aquarius. I feel like I could just sit here and chat with you guys all night. All right, so we have the 10 swords in reverse for my Aquarius. So what needs rebalancing? All right, so some of my Aquarius, you are healing. Now, the 10 of Swords is also, and some of you might be Capricorn, Aquarius cusps who are connecting here with this reading, whether it's now or it's later on. But, you know, if you're Capricorn, Aquarius cusp, I am getting that same energy. The 10 of Swords is really about like cord cutting and releasing negative attachments so that you can start something new. All right, but I do think, my Aquas, you might want to check that Capricorn reading, because I'm also seeing the 10 of Swords in reverse can take us to the 9 of Swords, which is having a hard time sleeping or experiencing a dark night of the soul, going through a bit of an awakening. All right, and we see the Magician card, Virgo, Gemini energy. So yeah, I like this though. I feel like my Aquarius, you are, and most likely because of this eclipse energy, my Aquarius here, you are manifesting a new beginning and healing. But you might be like on the precipice, right? Where sometimes it feels like it's all darkness and we can't see the light. But it's like you're about to get cracked open, let the light in, see the way. Because you're manifesting some sort of new beginning here for Libra season. But it does look like there are cords, energetic cords that need to be cut. There's healing that may need to take place. And some of you will really benefit from energy work. You know, this could be seeing an energy healer. You can do it long distance, or you can do your own energy work. You know, whether that's, you know, through meditations online. You know, not to shamelessly plug my new meditation channel, but you know, but it really, like, you know, and whatever you feel you need to do, you'll be drawn to the right type of healing is what I'm getting, or the right healer. You know, the right healer may arrive. Okay, so yeah, 9 of Cups in reverse. Some of my Aquas, this may be some, there's certain habits that need to get under control. You know, the 9 of Cups in reverse is my hangover card. So some of you may be partying a bit too much. And that, obviously, that could be, you know, drinking and partying and other things. But for others of you, it can be anything like overspending, right? It's anything that's leaving you feel emotionally drained the next day. So that may be something here that needs to be balanced. And we see the 8 of Wands also in reverse. Yeah. Some of you, you know, the 8 of Wands, when it shows up in the upright, is, you know, spinning a lot of different plates, being able to handle a lot, and you're pretty much making it look easy. But the energy I'm getting here for Aquarius is some of you, you're taking on too much and you're starting to feel overwhelmed. Okay, so really it's about setting strong boundaries. It's about being really realistic about what you can and can't handle, and being unapologetic about saying no to people or things that aren't good for you, or that you know are going to, you know, shove you off that cliff of overwhelm, if that makes sense, right? So like, just because I feel there's a really strong energy of overwhelm here for those of you with Aquarius placements. I'm also seeing with the Eight of Wands, it's communication. So some of you, it's about really saying what you mean and meaning what you say and not holding back. It doesn't mean you have to be confrontational, but it's like about being very direct with people about what you need to say to them, not beating around the bush. Okay. When it comes to your relationship focus, we see the Nine of Wands in reverse. Again, this can be a sense of overwhelm. So some of you, the overwhelm that I was picking up in the general portion of your reading is coming from relationships. Do you have enough time for relationships? You know, do you have time in your schedule? Do you have a place, you know, to be with somebody? Do you have privacy to, you know, have a date, make love, do those sorts of things? So some of you, I feel like you're experiencing this overwhelm when it comes to relationships. But I'm also seeing the Nine of Wands in reverse. If that's not your story, the Nine of Wands in reverse, Aquarius, is about also letting down your guard. Letting down your guard, letting someone in. And, you know, it takes some bravery to do that. It takes some bravery to do that, especially when you're the wounded warrior, okay? When you're the wounded warrior. You've been through a lot. You've been brought to your knees in love. And then letting your guard down and being vulnerable with somebody can be a really scary task, right? Or it can be really hard to do. So we see that there's some challenges here with your relationship focus during Libra season. But with the Six of Cups, this challenge may bring reunion, or it may be challenges with a soulmate. And that challenge might be letting them in a very deep way. For others of you, it may be having a challenging conversation here with your person about you doing all the work, that you need them to meet you halfway. Okay, but it seems quite positive there, but we'll pull some more relationship oracle cards as we go. So what Libra season is bringing you is the Seven of Swords. And I don't love the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords can be something sneaky, someone sneaky. It can be betrayal, but it can also be a secret admirer. It can also be awareness of what's draining your time, your energy, your love, your money, and your resources. We haven't gotten to Cancer yet. All right, so you have a decision to make, and we see the King of Wands in reverse. And we see the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. So what Libra season is bringing you here? There's going to be a big decision, something that you don't see coming. And it could be a decision between two people here, Aquarius. It could be a decision here that's a bit triggering for you, one that you're not super confident on whether or not you're going to make the right choice. And it certainly could be a decision here about somebody who hasn't been completely honest with you. Now, this could be a friend, this could be a lover, this could be someone you work with or work for. But I do feel like you're getting clarity here during Libra season about someone here who hasn't been showing up for you the way they need to, or somebody here who hasn't been completely honest with you. All right. Or it could, or like I said, it could be a living situation. It could be a job that's more draining for you than it is adding value and peace to your life. Spirit's saying hold back, look at all the details. You'll get the clarity you need. There's a decision that needs to be made, but it doesn't need to be made quickly or impulsively. All right, Aquarius. So let's go ahead and see. Advice and guidance for my Aquarius when it comes to love and relationships. Palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth. So it's really about focusing on your security here. Some of you do have a relationship that is going to go the distance, or that's leading to stability, but there's some wrinkles that need to be ironed out. Look at that, Aquarius. Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one. Open your heart here. Let down your walls and your barriers, even if it's challenging for you. Ooh, Aquarius, there is love here in Libra season. There's passion, there's affection, there's attraction. There may even be this unconditional love here. All right, so let's go. let's go ahead and see when it comes to career and finance for my Aquarius. Locked. All right. Work you want may not be in reach right now, so during Libra season. You can take a temp position while waiting on an opening, but your new place offers job security. Yep, so for some of you, you're going to be making a decision here about moving away from something, but it may take some time. Be in that hanged man energy. Look at all the details. All right. And we see fast changes. You'll be leaving a job suddenly or getting one very quickly, or your work may change dramatically in a short time. Just go with the flow. Okay, so for some of you, there may be some big changes here when it comes to work. For others of you, that change is really on the horizon, but it kind of feels like there's this wait and then boom, it's going to happen quite suddenly, and it may be right after Libra season. But get ready for adventure here. So you may be making exciting work moves that could take you outdoors or on a trip. You'll need to climb steadily to reach your financial goals. Okay, and some of you have some travel coming up here. All right, my lovely Aquarius, let's go ahead and see if we can get some final messages, advice, and guidance for you. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for you. Oop. We see throne. Your potential is endless. So don't forget that. I'm also seeing it's really important. It's really important to pay attention to whom you're surrounding yourself with. All right, Aquas. Just now, I normally talk about my top 5, but even so, your top 2 people. Remember how much they truly influence you. All right, Aquas, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care. All right, so I am now going to move right along into Pisces energy. But before we do that, I just wanted to let beautiful soul know that we have not done Cancer yet. We're on Pisces. So we have a few more readings before Cancer comes around. And I wanted to say, Emily, thank you. You love the tarot decks that I use. Oh, the Light Seers deck is like, it is my ride or die. Now, my second favorite, which is actually pretty new, is the Y Spell Tarot, which I've been using a lot as well. It has these really beautiful gilded golden edges. And this is very close second to my Light Seers. Although I have a lot of favorites. It kind of just depends on my mood. But yes, I'm glad you purchased the Light Seers deck. And it's beautiful, and it's easy to connect to. I think I missed Les Sánchez Escultores. Ciao, adios. I am Phoenix State of Mind. I am going in the order of the zodiac, but I started with Libra. So instead of starting with Aries, we're starting with Libra. So we're going all the way from Libra to Virgo. And I am moving on to Pisces. And just a quick reminder that you can see I don't know if you can see these cards really well though. But I do have the name of the sign that we're doing right here on my right hand side. So we're moving on to Pisces. All right, so all right, I'm just going to take a little sip of water, because if there's one thing, and by no means am I complaining, but doing an all signs reading is definitely, it's different than, well, normally I do six signs a day. And I did do 6 signs earlier. So doing 12 signs it's a different animal, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing, but you just have to also pace yourself. So just bear with me. All right. So we're moving on to Pisces, and we're going to start with what needs rebalancing in Libra season. Clear messages, advice, and guidance. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Pisces, please. What needs rebalancing? All right, so we see the Queen of Cups. Okay. That's your energy. Some of you, you're feeling emotionally drained. Some of you may even be feeling a bit emotionally manipulated as well. Some of you may also be experiencing creative blockages. All right, relationship focus, we see the Pentacles. So some of you, it's time to make a decision about a particular relationship or between two people. And what Libra season is bringing you is the King of Wands. So potentially a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. And we see the Seven of Swords. Okay, so a lot of my Pisces here, I feel like you're during Libra season, and I feel like a broken record because I'm saying it again, but I do feel like it has to do with this eclipse energy, is bringing you clarity about where you should emotionally invest. And some of you, you're starting to feel emotionally drained by a particular situation, a relationship, a living situation, a job, a family situation. Some of you too, you have been experiencing creative blocks, and you're going to be figuring out why that is, okay? What they stem from. All right, so we see the Death card, Scorpio energy. There's something here, Pisces, that needs to be let go of that's draining you emotionally. Now, it really can be anything. You are going to be getting the clarity as to what that is. Some of you, it's the energy that you're consuming. Now, remember, energy consumption isn't just, it can be anything. It can be the food you're eating, the drinks you're drinking, the news you're watching, the music you're listening to, the conversations that you're having, the colors you're wearing. But there is something here that needs to be released that's draining your energy, and Libra season, you are getting the clarity. Yeah, devil energy, releasing karma. There's something here, I think my Pisces already know what it is, but you are karma releasing. And this is this eclipse energy for you, stepping onto a new timeline, releasing something that's keeping you blocked. When it comes to relationships, your relationship focus, we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is saying it's time to make a decision here about a particular person or between two people. All right, the Hierophant card, Taurus energy. And we see the Hermit card. Yep. Some of my Pisces, if you have a choice between two people, it's about taking a good hard look at these energies and seeing who it is that you want to really truly invest in. And Libra season is going to really highlight that for you. I think Libra season is going to really show that to you. For those of you where it's just one particular person, you're going to be you have to take a look at, are you really truly compatible? Is this somebody that you really truly want to invest in? Do you want the same things for the future? But now is the time to be taking a look at those details and coming to that conclusion. So one, that you're not wasting your time or theirs, or so that you can move forward appropriately. Now, for those of you who are single, my single Pisces out there, some of you, it really is taking a look at relationship blockages. Now, as I'm saying that, I am going to pick a card reading that I am going to publish tomorrow about what's blocking you in love. Okay, so you may want to check that out, but I do feel like that's the message here. It's about making a decision about between two people during Libra season, making a decision about whether or not you want to move forward with a particular person and if you want the same things in the future. Or it's really about taking a look at, for those of you who want to be in a relationship, taking a look at what might be blocking you from love or blocking you from calling in the right person. But I don't even like to say it like that. Blocking you from accepting the right person's energy into your life. So we see the King of Wands energy here. Aries, Leo, and Sag. So this is what Libra season is bringing you. All right, so there's going to be a Tower moment. Some of you may be letting go of someone here. Okay, someone that isn't that committed, or maybe even somebody here who's been trying to do you dirty, but you're going to be getting to the heart of the matter. This Tower moment is going to allow you to get to the heart of the matter about making a choice again, either between two people or about whether or not you want to continue with a particular person. Now, this doesn't have to just be about love and romance. There may be a tower moment that shows you, for example, that you might not be in the job that you want, okay? Or that you're not attracting the success that you want because you're not either around the right people, or you're not in the right position, or you're not with the right company. All right, so I do see a bit of a stressful time for my Pisces during Libra season. Not the whole time. I don't want this to stress you out. I'm not, here to bring you doom and gloom. But I do think that there's a tower moment, an awakening, an aha moment that may lead to a little bit of a dark night of the soul. Okay, I know we can't really quantify a little dark night of the soul, but you know what I mean. It's going to be an aha moment, a come to Jesus moment here for my Pisces. And like I said, most likely it's going to be about a particular relationship. But for some of you, it's about the work that you're doing. It can also be a move. The Tower moment and the Four of Swords energy in reverse can also be a move. Now, I'm going to say something I really don't like to say. Like, I don't really like the message, but I feel like I need to say it. Some of my Pisces, I need you to be very, very careful when it comes to electricity and when it comes to fire. Okay, so for example, if you're somebody that likes to burn candles, I want you during Libra season to be very, very conscious of not leaving them unattended or not falling asleep with like candles, with cigarettes, and be careful with electricity. It's a totally side message, but it's coming through, and someone out there really does need to hear it. So please, Pisces, with fire and with electricity in the next coming weeks. All right. Well, like always, be careful, but particular attention over the next couple of weeks. All right. Let's go ahead and see when it comes to love for my Pisces. What else do we need to know? All right. So to me, with this sunglasses energy, I do feel like there may be somebody here who's keeping an eye on you, a secret admirer, somebody here who's watching you. But I also get there could be a little bit of shady energy here. And that's especially for my Pisces who are really contemplating a choice between two people, or whether or not you share the same vision for the future with someone in particular. There's going to be this lightning energy. Again, pay attention to electricity and fire. I hate to sound doom and gloom, but I can't not say it. But there may be a sudden change, or there may be some shocking news here when it comes to your love life. You may find out that somebody isn't as honest as you thought they were, or as loyal as you thought they were. But for others of you, you may also have a secret admirer coming towards you, Pisces. All right, and somebody here that's going to take a risk or take a leap of faith towards you, or take a chance. And that might be something that really shocks you. It might really throw you off. All right. And I see some of you definitely have a choice in love coming up during Libra season. Okay, so choose wisely, my dear Pisces. All right, let's take a look at when it comes to work, career, and finance messages for my Pisces. Saving face. Yeah, there's these, I was going to say I'm getting a lot of masks, but it was what I read in the comment section. So anyway, I'm going to try to focus here, Pisces. You may need to grin and bear it to maintain respect and keep your job, or you need to smile and make nice to get the position you want. Okay, and it's not about necessarily always having to do that, but during Libra season, it may be a time to grin and bear it, or smile and make nice in order to get what you want. Harmony. It's important for you to have a quiet, peaceful work atmosphere in order for you to thrive. Working at home or for yourself is best. So some of you may be making that decision to work from home, or maybe even asking to do that. Some of you may also be embarking on a journey here where you start your own business, or you become independent. But get ready for a new life here, Pisces. You may get a fresh start or be called to bring a new perspective to your old job. You may also get a tempting job offer or a new place. So it does look like there are opportunities coming in. Something here that may drastically shift the way that your work is, or where you work, or even with whom you work. All right, my lovely Pisces, let's finish up with some oracle messages, or an oracle message here for my Pisces, please. An oracle message here for my Pisces, please. Escapist, come home to yourself. Ah, beautiful energy. Yeah, and we see that here with this. I always read that as this hermit card. Your relationship focus before making a decision here, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to work, whatever you're doing this upcoming Libra season, just drop into your center, connect with your higher self, come home to yourself before making a decision. All right. So Pisces, I'm going to leave that there. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care. All right. BJP2B, your grandmother read playing cards. Cool. And she was born on Halloween. All right. Always dressed as a witch. I have to say, whenever I first started dressing up for Halloween, I think it was 10 years straight. All I wanted to do was be the same witch. I literally wore the same costume. And that's all I wanted. It was a simple witch hat, black dress, and I think I had a gray wig. And every year, even as a little kid, I just wanted to do the same thing. It's funny. So, I'm glad you love my readings and the cards. Thank you. Yeah, loving the peace vibe. I hope you like it. It's a little bit of a different style reading. It's a pick a card reading where we take a look at what your potential blocks in love are and how to heal and to clear them. All right. All right, moving right along to Aries. So just a little reminder, and I'm not sure how well you can see these cards, but if you want to see the sign that I'm on, I have the card here on the bottom right, or off to the right. So we're on Aries. All right. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries, please. All right, so we have the Five of Swords. So what needs rebalancing? Okay. Your relationship focus, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Or we have the Five of Pentacles. And when it comes to what Libra season is bringing you, we see the Emperor, Aries energy. So I am reading this as alignment and power. All right, and we see the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like some of my Aries here, you may have been struggling with reciprocity when it comes to relationships. I'm also seeing that for some of you, you've been experiencing an energy of lack, not just in love, but also, when it comes to work or career or finance. But I feel like you feel like you're working more than you're actually getting paid, or you're giving more to relationships than you're getting back. And that is something that needs to be brought into balance. And with the Five of Swords, I feel like Spirit's saying it's really important to be unapologetic about asking for and going for what it is that you truly want. So the Five of Swords here, and we see the Six of Swords. There may be something here that's keeping you stuck. And some of my Aries, you've been stuck in conflict. And again, that could be in your relationships, it could be in your career, but I feel some of you feel like you haven't quite been able to move forward. Pay attention to the number 6, 4, 5, 6. We're getting also double fives and double sixes coming through. And the Two of Swords in reverse. So there's a decision that needs to be made that will help you move forward. Some of you know what that decision is, but you're delaying it. For others of you, you haven't been able to see this, what has been causing conflict or what has been keeping you stuck until this time, until Libra season. All right. And I do feel by the your full moon, which is the next full moon, you're going to be getting clarity here about what needs to be released. But I feel like I feel what needs to be balanced here is this Five of Swords energy. There's too much conflict coming from within or around you. And it's about figuring out how to bring balance, reciprocity into your life so that you don't have this conflict. When it comes to your relationship focus, we see the Five of Pentacles. I do an energy of healing. My single Aries may be coming out of the cold, maybe meeting someone or coming together with someone. For those of you who are in a relationship, it may also be healing, improving the relationship. We see the Star card showing up, so there may be a bit of a Tower moment. But I also feel like it's about really focusing on what it is that you truly want for your future in relationships here, Aries, and getting really clear on what that is. I also feel like your relationship focus during Libra is healing. So some of you are going to be healing a relationship that may lead to reconciliation, or it just might lead to greater union between the two of you. For others of you, it's about really getting clear about what you want for the long term. All right, and we see the Page of Wands in reverse. It's about not jumping into things. Some of you too, I mean, it like the message here with your relationship focus during Libra season is like it's time to focus on the people or situations, for example, that are going to bring you long-term success, not just instant pleasure or instant gratification. And so, yeah, so I feel like, with the Page of Wands in reverse, it's about not rushing, not jumping into things, and taking a step back and really checking and seeing if this particular person or the people that you're interested in can give you or can work towards the type of life that you want to lead down the line. I do like this Emperor energy because some of you, Libra season is bringing your divine masculine to you. Now, for others of you, it could just be an Aries person, but I feel like you're really coming into alignment, and I do think it has a lot to do with that Aries full moon that's coming up. All right, you have victory and success coming with Libra season, and you have healing and stability. So the conflict that you've been experiencing, boom, gone. Most likely with that Aries full moon. Remember, Aries full moons are fantastic times for releasing, burning away what no longer works for you. All right, but I'm seeing the end of conflict. I'm seeing you getting reward and recognition, success here. So again, that could be in relationships, or it could be at work, or it could be in both. All right, let's take a look at Aries relationships, please. So we have abundance. Stay positive. You're going to manifest exactly what you want. Some of you, you've been healing from heartbroken, or you will be healing a particular situation. And Spirit wants to remind you that you have many options, all right? But it may be time to decide about a particular relationship, but you're going to decide correctly. Don't doubt your decisions here. All right, my lovely Aries, let's see what messages, advice, and guidance come through here for your work or career. Clear messages for my Aries when it comes to work and career. So beginning something new, a new job or a new career. You have creative ideas that get noticed. 6 of Wands, that's getting that reward and recognition. All right, and build a nest egg for the future. So again, some of you, if you're looking for a new career, it's coming in. Some of you, you're getting a raise or a promotion. And we have unfolding. You're going to have access to greater prosperity. It's opening up slowly for you. But again, I feel like it's coming with this full moon in your sign. You're growing as you learn more and keep expanding. Okay. And cutting ties. You may need to leave your current position and look for something better. Ending a job doesn't mean burning bridges. Go with grace. Yeah, I'm just some of you, there's just major advancement here in your career. You might be leaving your department, going to a new one. You may just be, starting your own business, or your own business taking off. Whatever it is, there is prosperity here. coming to you with this Libran energy. All right. And like I said, most likely I'm just getting strong energy activation for you when it comes to the Aries full moon. All right. Your final advice is Lighthouse. Aries, I am always enough. That is your mantra. Don't doubt your worth. Absolutely beautiful. All right, my lovely Aries, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care. All right, so we are going to be moving on to Taurus. How's everybody doing out there? Do I have any Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node placements? Oh, I was going to sweep those cards up. Oh, thank you, Maria. Yeah, it just happens when I spend too much time on the computer. Or too much time shuffling cards. Although it's not really from that. It's actually more from the way that I rest my hand when I'm doing a lot of work on the computer, a lot of editing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely feeling so much better. Thank you. All right, my lovely Taurus, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So first we're going to take a look at what needs rebalancing. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Taurus. What needs rebalancing this Libra season? All right, we see the Seven of Wands coming through. All right, your relationship focus, King of Cups. And what Libra season is bringing you. Ooh, the Seven of Swords wants to come out in everybody's reading. And we see the Tower. Holy smokes, Taurus. All right, so there's going to be a major paradigm shift here for you. And again, I sound like a broken record. I'm sorry for those of you who have heard this, but most likely it's coming because of this eclipse energy that we just experienced right as we started Libra season. So what needs rebalancing here is the Seven of Wands. Now, some of my Taurus here, you're feeling a bit too defensive. For others of my Taurus, the Seven of Wands, there's a real need for you to choose your battles. And this particular Seven of Wands, I like, but I do read it a little bit differently than other Seven of Wands because she's a little bit hesitant as she's about to take this precarious journey over this creek. And it's a scary little bridge. I do think it's going to hold, but she needs to maintain balance and confidence in order to get across it. But she's looking back. It's almost like she's, asking, can I do this? Or looking to support from someone else when she doesn't really need it. Like she needs to dig down, dig deep, go within. So I feel like what needs balancing is this confidence that you can take this journey, take these next steps on your journey, whatever it is, if it's in love or in business or, buying a new home or a family issue, whatever it is, you can do this. You have what it takes to get where you need to go, but you are going to need strength. You're going to need resolve. You're going to need strength and you're going to need resolve and you're going to need to really trust yourself. All right, really trust yourself here, Taurus. This in and of itself, this rebalance may be a complete paradigm shift. I'm getting a real strong energy of independence here. But, for others of you, again, there just could be a major shock or change here coming up in Libra season for you. So the Seven of Wands, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. This, I believe, came through in the Capricorn, maybe even Aquarius reading as well. Some of you, it's time to start something new. And what needs rebalancing is there's some negative attachments that need to be released, or there's some healing here that needs to take place so that you can start this journey fresh. You know, like the Fool who packs lightly. All right. And we see the King of Wands in reverse. Again, confidence. So I'm getting a really strong message here for my Taurus. There needs to be a rebalancing here of your self-trust and your confidence, because I'm hearing you've got this, you can do this. All right? Because there is going to be a major shift, a major change coming for you if it hasn't already taken place. All right, now those are your general messages, but your relationship focus here is the King of Cups. So love, creativity, passion. But I'm also, what I love about this particular King of Cups is he's so relaxed. He's dancing barefoot there on the beach. And he's, he's blowing into that shell. He's manifesting. So it could be, Taurus, that somebody here is manifesting you, but more so I feel like this is you manifesting from the right place. Manifesting love, healing, or this relationship from the right place. Wow, it's time to move forward. It's time to move on. You're the worst is behind you. You're out of survival mode here. It's time to move on. It's time to blossom and grow into more. And we see the Three of Pentacles in reverse. You may be in a little bit of an in-between area when it comes to like during Libra season with a particular relationship. But that's okay, because I'm getting like everything, it's all going to work out exactly the way it's supposed to, Taurus. But I'm also seeing here with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, you're moving on from someone that wasn't quite compatible for you or with you. And that's a hard thing to do, but in doing so, you're opening up this space for more love, something much more in alignment with you. So with Libra season here, we see the Seven of Swords. That the Seven of Swords can be lies, it can be deceit, it can be something that's draining your time, your energy, your love, your money, your resources. Let's see what Libra season is bringing you. It could also be a secret admirer, right? Something you don't see coming. You're going to have a big decision to make about investing in someone or something that you don't see coming. And we see the Nine of Cups energy in reverse, walking away from something that's emotionally draining. So again, that could be a job, it could be a living situation, it could be a relationship that isn't working. We see Cancer, Pisces energy, the Moon card, but I'm reading that this Moon energy is, I feel that there's romance coming your way. I really do. I feel with my Taurus, you have romance, possibly a Cancer or Pisces person coming in as you move on from someone or something that isn't quite compatible with you. All right. Now let's go ahead and see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my Taurus when it comes to love. So some of you have been stabbed in the back. You've been healing or, working through heartbreak, deception. All right. Yep. Some of you, you're getting out of or you're leaving behind this empath and narcissist paradigm, but Spirit's reminding you, Taurus, that endings bring you new beginnings. I'm seeing a new beginning here for you. I'm absolutely seeing a new beginning for you in love, and it's being activated or being brought to you in Libra season. Hello, Dazzler Gomez. Yes. What I want to say a friendly face, but I'm so glad you were able to make it. That just made me very excited. Not that I'm not excited to see each and every one of you, but Dazzler and I go way back now. All right, let's go ahead and see clear messages, advice, and guidance when it comes to your career, Taurus. Innovation. So it's time to be innovative, to do things differently. You will need to come up with new strategies to keep your plans in motion. Old ways are outdated. Invent, create, and test. Very nice. You've got wealth on the horizon here, Taurus. You're working towards real wealth and prosperity in your life, and don't forget it. Keep investing in yourself and think long term. All right, and we have harmony. It's important for you to have a quiet, peaceful work atmosphere in order for you to thrive. working at home or for yourself is best. And again, that may be the case if you need to be, or if you are naturally very innovative, making sure you have that quiet space here, Taurus, because you're on your way to wealth, or you have that quiet protected space to think, to create. Ooh, I love that for you, but you are on that journey to building long-term, and I'm hearing actually for some of you, you are building generational wealth here, Taurus. Okay. All right, let's see. We've got your final messages, advice, and guidance is storm. Just remember, every hurricane comes to an end. Boom. And that's this tower moment. Number 44, Taurus, you are protected. All right, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you so much love and light, my dear Taurus. Take care. All right. Yes, Lily, I did Libra first. We started with Libra because this is a Libra season reading. So Libra was number 1. And we are moving on to Gemini. I hope my Gemini folks are still in the house. I know it feels like it's been a while since we started. Gemini. Just give me a moment to shuffle these cards. Get ready for all my lovely Geminis out there. Yeah, BJP2B, finally. Finally, we got to Gemini. And I'm a little congested. I'm a little nasally. I'm not sure why. It just kind of happens. It could also be just because it's rainy and like it's been, as I said, I'm in the Dominican Republic and it has been actually quite rainy this rainy season. Imagine that. Imagine that. Rainy during the rainy season. But it is quite nice to have a little break from the heat, although I love the heat. Give me the sunshine all day, every day. But I don't know if it's quite cold enough to put on long sleeves, though, even when it rains here. I think maybe today was a light long sleeve weather day, and you know, every once in a while they're called for. Not bad. All right, Emily, you're here for the long haul. All right, thank you. I'm going to we're gonna get moving. I feel like I get a little bit distracted at times. All right. All right. Ah, Emily Diaz. Oh, Dominicana, peligrosa. All right. Oh, I think I might need to. I might need to do a little bit of moderation. All right. Just give me 1 second. All right. Good evening, Nola Sunflower. Are you in New Orleans? Is that the Nola there? Oh yeah, Nola, if you want to moderate, that would be awesome. Let me see if I can. Yes, the DR is amazing. Nola, I'm going to add you as a moderator, if that's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. So Nola Sunflower is going to be our moderator. If anybody else would like to be a moderator, just let me know. All right, so Ah, representing the DR. Okay, thank you, Nola. I truly appreciate it. All right, yep, I can put you and S as a moderator. All right, let me see. All right, thank you. I don't know if I or anything like that, but we'll see. All right, so we have Nola Sunflower and NS as a moderator here from Canada. All right, let's go ahead. I know my Geminis are like, get to it. We've been here since the beginning. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, Geminis. So what needs balance here for my Geminis, please? Clear messages, advice, and guidance. What needs... Okay, thanks, Renata. Thanks for letting me know. All right, what needs rebalancing here for my Geminis, please? All right, we see the King of Swords. Okay. Your relationship focus during Libra season, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And what Libra season is bringing you, we have the Six of Swords. I love that. That's peace. Moving on. All right, and we see the Magician. All right, I feel like a lot of my Geminis with the Magician here, some of you have been really questioning your worth and your value. And I feel like Spirit's asking you to see very clearly the power that you have. All right, and first and foremost, to start with remembering that thoughts become things. What you think, what you believe, what you imagine becomes your reality. But I also feel like Spirit's saying to see very clearly that you can manifest what it is that you want or what it is that you need. Now is a very powerful time to do that. I feel like some of my Geminis, you've been picking yourselves apart a bit, okay? Or you've been, it's good to take a look at maybe where we could improve, but some of you have been too hyper focused on where maybe you feel like you've made mistakes, maybe some of the things you're not good at. And so I feel like Spirit's saying, bring this into balance. It's about really focusing on the endless possibilities and also focusing on your power, focusing on your abilities. Because Spirit's saying here, you do have a very strong ability here to manifest, especially during this Libra season. Some of you, there may need to be a balancing of the throat chakra. And for those of you that were here, I think it was during the Capricorn reading, remember that the throat chakra, swords energy, does represent expression and communication. And when we have an imbalanced throat chakra, obviously it can manifest as issues in the throat, like, laryngitis, losing your voice, sore throat, pain or stiffness in your neck, your jaw, things like that. But, on another level, it can also be, talking too much and not listening enough, or the complete opposite, an inability to speak up or set boundaries or even stand up for yourself. Okay, so for those of you that do energy work, my Geminis out there, it may be time, you may need to focus on that throat chakra at this time, okay? We see the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy, but I also feel it's seeing very clearly what is and isn't working in your life, what's toxic, what's not, what are the karmic lessons, so we don't have to repeat them again, all right? And for some of you too, it's also, it could be about somebody shady who's in your life and seeing them for who they are. All right, and we see the Ace of Pentacles and where you're going to invest. I feel like Spirit's saying at this time, there's a situation here or there's a person that needs to be let go of. They could also be behaviors, right, as I talked about. But I feel like now is the time for my Geminis to start something new and to really trust that you have the power to do that, and it's going to get you where you want to go. All right. So for example, if it's about, taking that leap of faith and starting your own business, or starting that YouTube channel, or going back to school, or, starting, whatever it is, it could even be like reading a book, if you haven't read in a long time, and your goal here is to like, to read, to pick it up and to do it. It's about starting something new, investing in yourself, and trusting that it's not a pipe dream. Whatever this is that you want, it's not a pipe dream. Okay, so when it comes to relationship focus here, some of you've been focused on something that feels like a missed opportunity, or you're worried that it is going to be a missed opportunity. Remember that Spirit always says, Gemini, there's no such thing. Okay, yeah, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's time for you to be focused on reciprocity. And if somebody wasn't or isn't giving you that reciprocity, you're not meant to be focused on them, because that's going to be creating lack in your life. And we see the Page of Cups. This Page of Cups is looking off in a new direction. And it's kind of interesting. He's looking off on moving on. So I feel like your relationship focus here is not to be worried about a missed opportunity. There are no such things. To be focused really on balance and harmony in relationships, and not chasing or really getting too emotionally invested in somebody who's not really showing up for you, letting you know that they want to be with you, making time for you. And I feel like maybe some of you've already done that, but I feel that you've got something new coming in with this Page of Cups. And with those two seahorses behind him, Gemini, I think you've got soulmate energy coming in after something that feels a little bit defeating, to be honest. Now, with the Six of Swords, Libra season is bringing you this energy of moving on, or bringing you peace. Now, for a lot of you, I do think it closely relates here to moving on from something that feels like a missed opportunity, but really, it's your protection. But I also feel for some of you, this is moving on. Like some of you, you're literally going to be traveling. Maybe you're moving into a better place or a new job. Let's see, the Six of Swords, High Priestess energy in reverse. You're going to be seeing too, during Libra season here, Gemini, how the universe, you're going to be seeing very clearly how the universe has set this all up for you. I feel you're going to be getting really clear about the divine plan that's at work in your life. And you're not going to be seeing things as misses or failures or missed opportunities. You're going to be seeing that they're actually putting you on the right path. And that means you're going to be tasting success. That is in, work, career, your love life, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Now, you might not be super confident, because I do feel like you might be starting something new. But again, Spirit's saying from the beginning to the end of this reading, you need to trust your power. You source your wisdom from what you've been through, Gemini. You have what it takes to manifest the life, the love, the career that you really want. Don't rush into anything, okay? Do take your time to take a look at, any big decision that you might be making. But I'm seeing you during Libra season bringing you peace. I'm also hearing for some of you, it's bringing you a plan. It's this plan to move forward. And again, maybe if you're not super confident about it, you're going to be trusting in the universe, trusting that, you're getting those signs and synchronicities, but that this is what makes you happy. This feels right, and really going with it. Ooh, I love that for you, Gemini. All right, so when it comes to your love life, for my lovely Geminis, messages, advice, and guidance. Yep, there's something here that's just not good enough. And it doesn't mean you're necessarily letting go of it right now. It might be something that you've already let go of, but you question. Okay, but there was just something here that wasn't good enough for you, Gemini. And your angels and your guides, they knew it. All right, they knew it, and they worked with you to help you move on from that situation. Spirit saying it takes time to heal, but you're making progress. You are moving on from something that just wasn't good enough. And it's important to be strategic, but now is the time to take a chance. So whether that's taking your chance on somebody new, or is it taking a chance solo, moving to that country, moving to that different city, taking that job, whatever it is, it's, you know, it's time for you it's time for you to take that chance, but to do it strategically, okay? Not to do it impulsively. Again, with this Pisces energy, look at all the details, hold back, but you'll know, and trust yourself. Trust that you're going to be making the right decision. But I'm seeing my Geminis healed or healing from this situation and getting ready to put yourself back out there. And there may be somebody here very special coming towards you that's going to make you want to do that. Okay, that's also maybe going to help you forget about what it is that you've been through. All right, that's the energy that I'm getting. So I definitely feel there's somebody new coming towards you. And you might not be fully confident at first, but the peace that it brings you is going to allow you to know that, yes, this is something I want to move forward with. And yes, the universe has a divine plan for me. All right, so let's go ahead and see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my Geminis regarding work or career. We have ups and downs. So your work has potential for both advancement and stagnation. So maybe a little bit of a roller coaster here during Libra season. See if there's hope, but also allow yourself to move on if needed. And remember, Geminis, there is a fine line. It's a very fine line between between determination and being stubborn. Okay? And so just remember that. If it's not working, it doesn't mean you pull the trigger and you bail immediately, but if you're seeing that it's not really working, allow yourself to move on. Okay? But if there's hope, keep doing it. All right? So we see rewards. There are rewards coming towards you. There is money coming towards you. You're cashing in on all the good work you've done. Raises, bonuses, and prosperity are coming in. Keep going and keep growing. So there is success here during Libra season for my Geminis. And we get spiritual work. Doing some inner work can help you get clear before you move on. So don't forget the importance of your spiritual journey, even when it comes to money. All right, you will get insights into what work will best serve your needs. And I'm also getting, my Geminis, you will be getting signs and synchronicities about which direction you need to move in when it comes to your career or creative ideas. All right, so trust that your angels and your guides have your back here, Gemini. All right. All right. Final messages here for my Geminis. Shark, swim away from this situation. Holy smokes. If that doesn't resonate, I don't know what does, but there is definitely a situation here that my Geminis, you are getting confirmation to swim away from this situation. Don't look back. There's something so much better coming your way. All right. Geminis, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care. For those of my Geminis, or for my Geminis. All right, so Gemini, we are now moving on, or everybody, we are moving on to Cancer, to my fellow Cancerians. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node Cancers. NS, could it be letting go of a Pisces? A lawyer who lives at a distance? It certainly could be. Absolutely, because the King of Swords could definitely be a lawyer. And Hanged Man, Pisces energy for sure. So it may be, it really might be. If it feels like a missed opportunity, remember it's not. The right person is not going to let you go. The right person is, or they're going to make it known that they don't want to let you go. So just remember that. People's actions speak so much louder than their words. And so if that Pisces lawyer at a distance isn't making you feel loved and isn't putting in the effort, isn't meeting you halfway, isn't making plans, things like that, there's I was reading about, just let them be, right? See what they would rather do. Right? And not necessarily like pulling back, it's not about playing games, but see what somebody would rather do than message you, call you, hang out with you, come visit you. They'll show you. So, I know it's easier said than done. And I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense here at 9 p.m. It's not my bedtime yet, but it feels like it. It could be. All right, BJP2P, I'm really glad that was right on. Thank you. All right. All right, Cancer energy. You know, I really thought tonight's live was going to be a short one, but it's all a little bit of a learning curve. So anyway, just thank you all for being here. Thank you to my moderators. My goodness. Thank you, thank you. And I do want to do a little shameless promotion for my other two channels. Those of you who have been here for a while, I apologize that you have to hear this again, but I'm really, really proud of the meditation and affirmation videos that I've been doing for my other channels, and I do have the links down below. I say channels because I have one channel in Spanish. It's called one channel in English that's called Sacred Affirmations, and I have one affirmation video for this past Virgo eclipse, and I also just a Libra season meditation that you may want to check out. It's under 20 minutes. And I have the Spanish channel, which is the sister channel to that one, called Afirmaciones de la Sagrada, which is Sacred Affirmations. And I have and I will be publishing the Libran meditation, the Libra season meditation on that channel, hopefully tomorrow or this weekend. So anyway, I'm really proud of those videos, but more so than being proud of them, like wanting, you know, those channels to grow, more so I wanted to add these as tools for those of you that do energy work, that use meditation, that use affirmations. I wanted to add these meditation and affirmation videos as tools for all of us when we're struggling, right? When we're struggling in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. The links are going to be down below in the description box. All right. So let's go ahead and yay. All right. Gemini glitters. Ooh, I love that. Yeah. So the Spanish version is, you know, it's kind of a wild ride because I realized being bilingual, I'm a native English speaker. Yes, everyone. But being a native English speaker, and I do speak fluent Spanish, I realize that my voice is very different when I speak Spanish than when I speak English. So it's, you know, it's a lot of like learning how to control my voice. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the meditations. I really, really do. All right. So, oh, thank you, NS. Thank you so much for sharing the links. That's amazing. And Gigi can translate. I don't know who Gigi is. I'm sure there are a lot of translators. Oh yeah, Gemini glitters, dirt. Yeah, and also I feel like people, when you speak different languages, there was a saying that I learned a long time ago, or one of my teachers told me that when you speak another language, you gain another soul. Like, I know I'm obviously the same person in both languages, really not, right? If that makes sense. Like, I am, you know, the person I am in English is very different than the person I am in Spanish. But anyway, I don't want to go into that. I'm going to leave that there so we can move on to the Cancer reading, because we have 3 readings left, you guys. All right, so we're here on Cancer. All right, clear messages, advice, and guidance for my lovely Cancers, please. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my lovely Cancers, please. We're going to start off with what needs rebalancing for my Cancers, please. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Cancers, please. All right, so we see the 2 of Swords. All right. I feel like we get a lot of throat chakra energy coming through with this Libra season. All right. When it comes to your relationship focus, we see Hierophant energy, so possibly a Taurus or commitment. And what Libra season is bringing you, Cancer, we have the Lovers card, maybe a Gemini, but it could be passion, attraction, a soulmate, maybe even a twin flame, whatever label we're going to give it. Cancer, Libra season is bringing you somebody very powerful, a very strong soulmate connection, or the up-leveling of a current one. We see the Ten of Swords. All right, some of my Cancers here, and you may have heard me, because I know some of you have been here for a while, but in the other readings, the Ten of Swords, for me, oftentimes, it's not just a painful ending, but we see, look at how these swords are stuck in him. I feel like there's definitely some negative energy or attachments that need to be healed and cleared, and that's going to bring you balance. In Cancer, you can do that in a lot of different ways. You can see an energy worker or healer. You can, just do a search on how to clear negative attachments. There's, and not my channel, I'm not trying to promote my channel here, but there are meditations out there that you can do that can help you cut cords, because I do feel like there are some negative attachments that my Cancers have picked up along the way. And this can sometimes come from the people that we deal with. Sometimes we can be open to negative attachments, especially if we're not very grounded, or if at any point we're under the influence, or if we connect with somebody who has those attachments. So with the Two of Swords, Cancer, I feel like there's something here that you may not be seeing. And there's truth and clarity that's coming. So I do think that there's going to be an energetic breakthrough here for you, but I also feel like it's coming on the heels, Cancer, of you being very decisive, of you no longer holding back, you being proactive here. All right. You see the High Priestess in reverse. Some of you, and again, what I'm getting, this not seeing energy in the High Priestess in reverse, is some of you, it's not necessarily that blocked throat chakra for my Cancers, but you might be having a blocked third eye. So if you do energy work, Cancer, you might want to be really focusing on your third eye chakra. Now, when your third eye chakra isn't balanced, it can lead to, again, issues in that area. It can be brain fog, it can be headaches, but it can also be not trusting your intuition, or feeling like your intuition isn't working or it's faulty. You might feel like you have a lack of inspiration, and you may also have issues with your imagination, whether it's overactive or it's overwhelming, or maybe it's completely underactive. Okay, so I do feel like there may need to be a balancing there of the third eye. Now remember, when we do a third eye opening and balancing and stuff, it can be powerful energetic work. So do brace yourselves, my lovely Cancers. All right. But I do feel some of you, you're not trusting your intuition when it comes to relationships. And it could be because there's still a past hurt or heartache or breakup that's affecting you. So again, that could be that Ten of Swords that I'm picking up, something there that's blocking you, something that maybe you feel like you've healed and you've moved on from it. Maybe some of you don't feel that way, but I do see that there may be this trauma or this breakup or this painful ending that has somehow embedded itself in your nervous system. And you're not fully trusting your intuition, and you're especially not trusting your intuition when it comes to soulmates or people coming towards you. Okay, but I do feel like releasing negative attachments. I also feel like balancing your third eye is going to really, really help you there. Now, when it comes to relationship focus, it feels like you have genuinely a relationship here, a higher level of commitment. So some of you may already be with this person. For others of you, it may be somebody coming towards you, or you manifesting a long-term connection, one that's meant for stability and security. Speaking of stability and security, we see the Four of Pentacles. All right, so the Four of Pentacles tells me that you're meant to be focused right now on stability and security. Now, some of you, you may need to hold back a little bit. All right, watch and wait before rushing into things. And we see the Seven, until you get clarity. Watch and wait until you get clarity. Some of my Cancers too, you have a lot of different options, so remember that. So again, it's holding back and vetting to see who is the right person. And, Libra season is possibly bringing you a choice, okay, with the Lovers card. But it feels like a lot of my Cancers, you may be loved up, or you may be meeting the person that you're meant to be with, or you're meant to be with long term. The Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. We have Gemini energy. We have Taurus energy coming through really strong. I think somebody's going to be making you a love offer here, or maybe more than one person. Some of my Cancers, it's you who's going to be making a love offer. Gemini energy. All right. It looks like you've got some passion going on here come Libra season. This Venusian energy is going to be affecting my Cancers really deeply. And for some of you, it's somebody you've been crushing on that you finally get to tell them how you feel, or it's a secret admirer coming towards you. If that's not the case, it's like this moon energy is telling me that the path forward is going to be lit up for you. If you've been going through a time where you feel like you don't see a way forward, you don't see any changes, I think you have a big shock, a big surprise when it comes to your love life here. Okay? Now, for those of you where this may not be love, although I feel like it is, I feel like Libra season is bringing my Cancers love. Some of you, this is about doing real, true, heart-centered work here with this Queen of Cups. Some of you may also be doing some volunteering. You might be fostering animals, you might be adopting, you might be working at a shelter. But again, it doesn't have to necessarily be with animals. It could be also you making a decision to really follow your heart, do something that's meaningful for you. So whatever that is, if it's political, if it's, community oriented, if it's, working with the elderly, working with animals, working with the less fortunate. I also see that. I see you also being doing something here very rewarding. Now, obviously it could be in a career. It feels very creative in nature. Okay, but I feel like there's also this energy of a lot of my Cancers taking action, moving forward on doing something that's very, very rewarding for them. Okay, or for you. All right, like volunteering or something like that, or fostering. All right, when it comes to Cancers love life, your love life seems like there's something really powerful, really beautiful coming in, something long term, or at least that's the activation coming here during Libra season. Yeah, look at that, engagement ring. Some of you, it's the up-leveling of a connection, Hierophant card, it's a marriage, it's an engagement, but it feels like it's some sort of commitment, some sort of union here for you. Some of you, it could be the return of someone, but most likely it feels like a past life soulmate than an ex, but you know your situation better than I do. But there's going to be the transformation of a connection. And that Hierophant card, that's your focus. You're meant to be focused on this transformation. All right? And we see separation. Now, it could be somebody you're in separation from, but I feel like some of my Cancers, I'm not really getting separation, although there could be distance between you and this person, or it could be an ex, but mostly what I'm getting here, Cancer, is you have this union coming towards you. It's going to be a transformation here of your love life. And I feel like it's coming at a time when you're just really unsure about your future. You're really unsure about, am I going to, am I going to be alone? Am I going to actually ever really meet the right person? All right. So, and it might come at a time where you're feeling quite sad. Now, for some of you, there is reunion. There may be somebody here missing you that's wanting to come back around, and you're meant to really contemplate and hold back, see clearly before you make that decision. All right. But it feels good, Cancer. Feels good. All right. When it comes to career, work, or finance for my Cancers, get ready for a new life. Okay, that makes a lot of sense here. You may get a fresh start or be called to bring a new perspective to your old job. You may also get a tempting job offer or a new place. So something new coming when it comes to your career, your finances, possibly something very creative. Some of you, it could also be in the adult industry or have to do with adult things. It's not going to be for all of you. Yeah, I love that. Something you're creating, or something very creative is what I'm getting. All right, we see spiritual work. So some of you, you're starting spiritual businesses, or you're getting into You're getting into more spiritual work. But doing some inner work can help you get clear before you move on. So, and I said this, I don't remember if it was the Gemini reading or what reading it was, but remember that our spiritual work can really help us towards success and help us towards abundance. You will get insights into what work will best serve your needs, especially for those of you who might be feeling a little bit lost or you need some direction. I always say this, but I truly believe it. And I think it's the best way to sum it up. When you're looking for answers, pray. When you need to receive, I totally messed that up. Sorry. When you're asking, pray. When you're want to receive answers, meditate. Okay, so meditation will bring you answers. Prayers is when you're asking. Oh my gosh, that's like in the wrong order, guys. Sorry. All right, let's see. All right, one final message here for Cancers when it comes to career and finance. Look at you stepping into your power. That's what I'm reading, because I'm seeing this Queen of Cups and this authority. I'm reading this as a lot of my Cancers stepping into your power. But there may be clashes with the boss, or a challenge to your power will compel you to respond. Choose peaceful solutions if you can. Yeah, there might be some people here who are also going to be a little bit triggered here, Cancer, by what's going on here, by your successes. But you know, that's more of a reflection on them than on you. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. Final messages, advice, and guidance for my Cancers. All right, Sword, make the change. It's time for that fresh start. It's time for that new beginning, whatever that might be, Cancer. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care, my Cancers. All right, Cancer. We are going to be moving on to Leo. Oh, Emily, I love that. I love that I just had great grandma wisdom come through. I love that. Yes. Learning new languages is like gaining a new soul. Absolutely. Oh, I love that your family made sure that you never forgot your Dominican heritage. Yay, Maria. Maria C.S. Cancerian 333. I'm really glad that you liked this reading. Thank you for hanging in here all this time. All right, Leo Venus. Ooh, Gemini glitters. You love like a Leo. Watch out. Watch out. All right. Leo rising. All right, we've got our Leos representing here. All right, so we have Leo and Virgo left. All right. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. What needs rebalancing here for my Leos? What needs rebalancing for my Leos? We see the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be something having to do with like your health or your wellness routines, getting any bad habits in check, moving more or maybe even moving less, whatever your story might be. This can also have to do with independence and finances, but we'll get more information in a second. Ooh, your relationship focus, we see death energy. So Scorpio energy, we'll see what that means. And what Libra season is bringing you, we see the Queen of Pentacles, so possibly an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I'm actually seeing kind of a glow up here for my Leos. Like some of you are definitely getting hotter during, is it possible? Is it possible for a Leo to get hotter? But anyway, it's like some of you, you're definitely getting hotter here during Libra season. Now, that could be you changing up your look. It could also be your consistent effort over time. If you're working on a glow up, or if you're really focused on your health and your wellness routine, like it's really going to start to show. Okay, but for others of you, there's an earth sign coming your way. So we see the Six of Swords here. Some of you feel like you've been a little bit stuck. And I am really getting, now this could be with your finances. Maybe you feel like you've been living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you've been feeling like you don't have enough, you're not making enough to save or to put away, or like you're not moving on up in the, in your company or in your career the way you would like to. So I do feel some of you have been feeling stuck. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles is a reminder that you don't really need anyone, right? Like you have what it takes here, Leo, to make the moves and the changes and to get what you want. And I think a lot of you know that. Now, some of you feel like you've been on a plateau when it comes to your health and your wellness, and maybe even like diet and exercise, right? Because the Nine of Pentacles she does really deal with that kind of stuff. So it could be on your health journey. But I feel like there may be something that needs to be brought into balance. Now, I'm just going to give you a small example. Some of you, maybe you've been overdoing it. Okay, so sometimes we don't need to work harder, we need to work smarter. And that can be in any area of our lives. That can be with our career. There's no sense in necessarily running yourself into the ground. Now, hard work is a good thing. It's something that, that is commendable. But if you run yourself into the ground and you don't have enough energy for the to do the things that need to be prioritized, then it's not necessarily a good idea. And the same thing goes for those of you who are working on a health and wellness journey, and especially if you're focused on hitting the gym or a particular diet or gaining muscle or whatever it might be. I feel like there needs to be balance. Okay, so it's about having a work-life balance. It's about prioritizing balance in everything that you do. Why do we have the Nine of Pentacles here? I feel like I feel like there's a need to also trust that you don't need anybody else, especially for those of my Leos where you've experienced some sort of major ending here. It may have been a codependent relationship, or you might be feeling those pangs of codependency, of missing someone or not sure you can do this without them. Spirit's saying you absolutely can, okay? As a Leo, remember, you can do anything. All right, well, all of us can really do anything we set our mind to, but especially that Leo energy that you have to harness. Okay, we get the High Priestess showing up again in reverse. Some of you, you're not trusting your intuition, so there may be a third eye blockage. And as I said, this came through with Cancer. That can manifest as headaches or brain fog. You're not trusting your intuition. You might feel like you're not super inspired. You might feel like your imagination is overwhelming or underwhelming at this time. So balancing the third eye chakra is going to be important. All right. And the way that we can do that, which I don't think I mentioned in the Cancer reading, the way you can balance your third eye is you can obviously do a little search and, see what are the different ways to do that. But, you could start, for example, a dream journal, keeping track of your dreams. You could, make sure that you're always listening to and honoring the message your body is sending you, especially for those of you where this is resonating when it comes to your health and your wellness. All right. Wearing the color blue, all right, may also really help. For those of you that do yoga, doing balancing postures like the tree pose or the dancer's pose can be helpful. All right. And yeah, so there's a need for a balancing there of the third eye chakra. And we see the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. There's something that, there's something here that's maybe keeping you a little bit stuck. Like you're in this in between. But I feel like trusting your intuition is going to put you there on the right path. Some of you may be stuck on a person that's not compatible. Some of you may need to make a little shift or change when it comes to your career or your studies. But some of you too, I get with this Three of Pentacles in reverse, I still get that message. Some of you, there's something about the work that you're putting in. It's like some of you, you're working harder and not smarter, and that's what needs to be balanced. And that's a huge paradigm shift that is not easy. Okay, it's not easy to shift and change. All right, my Leos. All right. Your relationship focus is the Death card, Scorpio energy, and the King of Wands. Okay, So there may be a need for a transformation here when it comes to your relationships, but I'm actually getting like a very sexy, very passionate energy. Scorpio and the King of Wands is very steamy energy. Oh, it's time to make a decision. Maybe you have a decision between a Scorpio and a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. But for others of you, you have a decision about whether or not you want to invest here with this person. Is it purely physical, or is it something that can go long term if there's a particular person? Some of you too, if you haven't been dating, you're not so sure about dating or putting yourself out there, I feel like it's about making that decision and recognizing that there's something very special about you here. All right, with this Scorpio energy, right? Leo energy is special too, right? But what I'm saying is, like, with this Death card, it's like there's something different about you. There's something more beneath the surface that I do feel can intimidate others. But there's also this Leo energy of the King of Wands that's very sexy, powerful, attractive, passionate. So if you decide to put yourself out there, you have options. But for others of you, it's making a decision here about a particular relationship and whether or not you want to transform it. Is it just physical, or can it be deeper? And for others of you, you are choosing between two people, possibly a fire sign and a Scorpio. What we see Leo season bringing you is that this Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, it's that glow up, all right? It is that glow up. But the Queen of Pentacles is also telling me stability and security here is coming your way. So whether that's by way of relationships or if that's with your work and your career. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We were kind of struggling with that 9 of Pentacles in the beginning of the reading, and out she comes. So you're getting into that pre-Empress energy. Now you may not, you're not going to skip any steps, okay? But you're going to get where you need to go. And we see the Lovers card, Gemini energy. So again, you could be calling in an earth sign, a Gemini, someone with a combination of those placements. I also see some of you may be making a decision here. If you are choosing between two people, and could bring you this soulmate energy. You may be letting go of someone to move in a different direction. But I love the Lovers card, because Gemini energy, when it's in its light attributes, or the light attributes of Gemini energy, is having clarity about the decisions that you make. When it comes to love here for my Leos, please. When it comes to love for my Leos, advice and guidance, please. All right, so you're going to be getting a message. Someone expresses love, thinking of you and letting you know, somebody hitting you up, someone calling you. I'm not doubting that. This is a really strong connection, twin flames, and we have the Lovers coming through. So you have this yin yang, this person that really balances you in the most harmonious ways, somebody who really compliments you, calling you, hitting you up here in Libra season. And some of you have more than one choice, so that is coming through a couple times here in this reading, Leo, to make the healthiest choice for you and yours, right? And for some of you, this really intense connection, this person who's going to be hitting you up, you have to decide, is it the right choice for you? Is it someone that you can be with long term? Can they give you what you deserve? All right. Can they give you what you're looking for? I think that they can, but of course, I think you're going to know. You're going to have to trust your intuition, which I feel some of my Leos, you haven't been doing. All right. When it comes to work, career, or finances for my Leos, we see progress. So it seems like a long slog, but your efforts will pay off. Stay on course for a few more months before making a change. So keep doing what you're doing. Your efforts are going to pay off. Some of you may be traveling during Libra season, or making plans to travel, or be offered an opportunity to travel. You may move to a new place for work or travel for work. Exploring the world gives you the experience you need to succeed. So some of you definitely have either travel plans being made, or you will be traveling during Libra season. This is going to help you. This is going to help you get out of a rut. This is going to help you, give you more experience if that's what you need or you're looking for. And cutting ties. You may need to leave your current position and look for something better. Ending a job doesn't mean burning bridges. Go with grace and take your time before making that decision. All right, Leo? Take your time before making that decision and figure out a way to do it gracefully if you are planning on leaving or changing jobs. All right, my lovely Leos, let's get started. Let's get started. Oh my goodness. Let's wrap this up. Oh my goodness. English left the building. Let's wrap this up with an oracle card message for my Leos, please. Clover, release your guilt. Yeah, be unapologetic. Release your guilt. Release the past. I love this. I love this energy because they're like, they're just burning it. I feel there's going to be a really strong activation here with this full moon in Aries. All right, full moon in Aries, it's coming up in the next 2 weeks or so, is the best time to release what no longer serves you. All right, so do pay attention to that if you are interested in working with moon magic. All right, my lovely Leos, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care. All right, so we are on to Virgo. Last but not least, my lovely Virgos. All right, we have Leo babe in the house. Leo, Leo, Leo. Also my lovely Nola Sunflower. A lot of Leo in your chart, but you're a Virgo sun. Oh, yes, that's right. You're in it for the long haul with us tonight. All right, and yes, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, Susie, you're a Leo moon. Welcome in. All right, let's get into our Virgos. Sorry, guys, I'm so nasally. I'm not sure what happens here, but I guess it's just what happens. My lovely Virgos. My bestie is a Virgo. I've fallen in love with many Virgos too in the past, but as with all zodiac signs, Virgo men and Virgo women are very different. Leo babe, Virgo rising. Hey, me too. I'm also Virgo rising. Oh, your cards want to talk. All right, let's get into this. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos, please. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos, please, for Leo season. All right, we're going to take a look at first what needs rebalancing here for my Virgos. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Your relationship focus is the Devil, Capricorn energy. This can also be toxic situations, soul ties. And Libra season is bringing you a tower moment, Virgo. All right, are you ready for this? And we see the Seven of Wands. All right, so the Seven of Wands here, I'm going to say this again. I said this earlier in another reading. I don't remember exactly who it was, but the Seven of Wands, she's about to go on this dangerous journey. And she's going to do it on her own. She needs to maintain balance, but she's looking back in hesitation. So I don't know if there's something here that you need to move on from, you need to let go of, but you're still feeling drawn to it. You're still feeling like you're looking back at it. But it's time for this new journey. And this new journey isn't necessarily easy, but Spirit's telling me that you have the strength and the courage to do it. All right. Now, what needs balancing? You balancing. Two of Pentacles. This is a non-sustainable energy, Virgo. And I know my lovely Virgos out there are capable of doing so much and making it look easy. But I also see with the Two of Pentacles that you can't do it all the time. So I feel like you need to really focus on balance this Libra season. Again, Libra is represented by the scales. It's important to have a work balance, have balance in your relationships, have balance in your diet, just focused on balance, because it feels like there's something off by Virgos. All right. So, and I feel like you're a little bit hesitant here about putting one of them down. Like you kind of don't want to. And I don't know if it's because you feel bad about it, or you're just kind of used to being in this energy that, it's kind of overdrive energy, right? So let's go and see what else we need to know. All right, Five of Wands. So there's a need for you to release, I'm getting like release conflicts or situations that bring you conflict. You might also always be like the moderator or the mediator when it comes to like your friend group, your family situations, relationships. Like it's always like you're either playing devil's advocate or you're always the moderator, you're always seeing the other person's side. But I also feel like your energy is being scattered. I feel like for my Virgos, your energy is being pulled in a lot of different directions. And this is something that needs rebalancing and it needs focusing. All right. Some of you may need to do some soul retrieval, or I'm getting you may also need to do, like you may, for those of you that do and want to do energy work, you may need to check your auric field. Because when I get the Five of Wands and showing up here, it tells me that you might have cracks or leaks in your energetic field that need to be healed. Okay, that need to be patched. I feel like your energy's scattered and it's creating a lack of balance, a lack of stability here for you. And we see the Ten of Cups. Some of you, it's a long-term relationship or a marriage that needs rebalancing, reconnecting, rebalancing. That's for those of you who are in a situation with a stable partner. But for others of you, I'm getting there could be a family situation. And Virgo, if you're always showing up as like the therapist, as the mediator, there's something there that needs to be, there's something here that needs to be balanced. I'm really getting family members or, something having to do with home and family, but I'm getting it's family members, family matters, family situations that need to be brought in balance. But it's not up to you to solely do that, Virgo, okay? Because that's the idea isn't that you need to work harder, or you need to take on more, or you need to listen to this person nag more about that person. No, that's not what needs to happen. You may need to set boundaries, okay? And that's the energy I'm getting there. When it comes to relationships, your relationship focus, we see the Devil. So there could be an important Capricorn here. Now, the Devil energy tells me that there's an important soul tie that's around you or coming towards you. Now, Capricorns get a bad rap because we always see the Devil as something toxic or karmic. It doesn't have to be the case. With the Nine of Wands, I do feel like there's some sort of past life soulmate energy between you and this person. And I feel like you hold a torch for this person, Virgo. But I also get this wounded warrior energy. And I also feel like you've got a lot going on. Like I feel like a lot of my Virgos, you're feeling a little bit exhausted. And again, me sounding like a broken record, most likely it has to do with the eclipse energy that we just had. That I think you're feeling tired, you're feeling a little bit exhausted, you may be feeling overworked. And that may be affecting your relationships right now. But I see you hold a torch for someone. I also see you, this wounded warrior. You've been brought to your knees in love, but you've been kicked around, but you're not out. You're not out of the game here. And we see the Four of Wands. I feel, Virgo, there's a big question mark here when it comes to your love focus during Libra season about whether or not you want to fight for a connection or not. That could be with a Capricorn person, or it could be a connection that you're not sure if it's toxic or not. Is it karmic in nature? Is it something that's going to bring me stability and security? Have we just gone through a rough period and there's the light at the end of the tunnel? Is this worth working on or fixing, or is it time to let go of this? I feel like that's I feel like your focus here is long-term connection. And I also feel for those of my Virgos who are single, right now you're being asked to focus on what it is that you really truly want in a partner or in a long-term relationship. Like, why do you want a long-term relationship? Like, write those things down, right? I feel like only Virgos would do that. Like, take the time to journal that or work it out or create the bullet points, a Venn diagram about the pros and cons about a long-term relationship. But I'm only joking, but you know what I'm trying to say. But I do feel like it is a time here during Libra season to get really clear about what you want. Do you really even want a long-term relationship? And I feel like for a lot of you, or for many of you that are going to say yes, that you do want a long-term relationship, it's about taking a look at why that is and what are the qualities that you want in the right person. And if you're dealing with, is that person the right person to be with long-term, to invest in something more serious? We'll get more oracle cards here for my Virgos in a second, but we have the Tower. So Libra energy, you some sort of shock or some sort of surprise or major shakeup. We get the Ace of Pentacles and we get the King of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you, there could be major shakeups here. This could have to do with health or finances. Okay? And it could be a loss of investment or a loss of a job. I don't want to scare you. I don't mean to scare you. It can also be like an investment that doesn't necessarily work out or go the way that you want it to. Okay, so again, it could be a bit of a Tower moment. There may also be a particular relationship here where you find out this person isn't quite who they seem. And you may decide very unexpectedly that you don't want to invest in this person or this situation any longer. I know that's probably not the message my Virgos want to hear, but I have to tell it to you straight. I feel like there could be a Tower moment where you, if it's with a relationship, you or another person decides to not give to this connection anymore. But Spirit wants to remind you that there's no such thing, Virgo, as missed opportunities, that this is something that's happening for you. It's not happening to you. Like this person or this situation is being taken off of your path for a reason. Because it may have been something here that was holding you back or messing with your stability, your peace. We see wedding rings. So you have a soul connection. You have an eternal love. You have union here. Endings bring new beginnings. But it may be coming on the heels of this Tower moment. I'm also seeing for some of my Virgos, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse sometimes for me is an indication that yes, but not right now. And we see the King of Pentacles in reverse. There may be somebody who is coming back around who is very different than you imagine them to be, or who is very different than whom they used to be. And I'm not saying that you necessarily misjudge them, but I feel like they're different than you think they are. They're very different than whom you think they are. So it could be some sort of renewal here with this coffin energy. But some of you, there's an ending that's bringing you a new beginning. Some of you are getting out of a long-term connection because you're realizing it's exhausting and it's no longer working for you. And it may be a bit of a Tower moment for you or your person, but it's bringing you a sense of freedom and clarity. And we see kisses. It's bringing you unconditional love. It's bringing you balance. Oh, interesting. I mean, like, some of you, that is the case. Some of you, you are leaving a situation that doesn't work for you any longer. But what's coming in on the tails of that, very surprisingly, very shockingly, is the right connection. It's like a rebirth here in your love life. For some of you, it could be a relationship here being rebirthed. And someone here who's done a lot of growing, a lot of learning, a lot of growing. Like someone who used to be quite superficial, they missed an opportunity with you, but they had this awakening and they come back around. All right. So I see my Virgos after this ending, there's this new beginning for you in love. And I think you are going to be really focused on what you really want long term and really focused on stability. And I think you're going to get it. Now, it may not be that it all unfolds just in Libra season, but it's at least being activated in Libra season. But there may also be somebody you're letting go of here in Libra season, somebody who does miss an opportunity with you because they didn't put in the work. And you start seeing that, but that is putting you on the path to the right person here, Virgo. Okay, so I feel like you would already know who that is if you're listening to this right now. All right, let's see. When it comes to work, Spirit's saying, my Virgos, you may want to focus on your education. You may need to take a class or do research to find a better position or get like some sort of certification. You may find yourself writing a book or teaching others. Okay, or it might be time to start journaling, or if you have always wanted to write that book or that ebook or what have you, it might be right now to follow that inspiration. We get independence. It's time to go out on your own and create your own business or try something well outside your comfort zone. Ooh, some of you it's about, starting that side hustle. Some of you it's about freelancing, breaking out on your own. Libra season, this came out for somebody else as well, but there will be ups and downs for you when it comes to career and finances in Libra season. Your work has potential for both advancement and stagnation. See if there's hope, but allow yourself to move on if needed. All right, so my lovely Virgos, let's go ahead and see what final messages, advice, and guidance. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos when it comes to Libra season. Voyage, you already have all the answers. Look at how much this resonates with that Seven of Swords. Some of my Virgos, you're starting what seems like a bit of a lonely journey, but I don't think it ends up that way. I don't think it ends up that way. And we see this energy of independence when it comes to work or career. So some of you, again, this is you starting your own business or freelancing or branching out on your own. And for some of you, it's about relationships. There's an imbalanced relationship here that you may decide to walk away from. And you may think, okay, here we go again. I'm starting over, or I'm on this journey by myself. But I don't think so. I don't think that's going to last very long. All right, my lovely Virgos, I'm going to leave it here. I do hope these messages help. I'm sending you so much love and light. And thank you for my Virgos who have been here all this time. As I said, this was meant to be a shorter live reading. And it ended up being a bit longer. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for sharing this time with me, for sharing your Thursday evening or whatever time it might be, wherever you are with me. It's truly an honor and a pleasure. Thank you for your love and support on my channel as well. I couldn't do it without you guys. And and I love you. I love you all. Before we go, I am going to Emily, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nola. I'm glad my Virgos out there, I'm glad my Virgos out there enjoyed and resonated with the reading. Before we get going, one last little plug here for my second channels. I have recently started meditation and affirmation channels in English and in Spanish, and the links are down below. Today I published the Libra season meditation in English, and tomorrow or over the weekend it should be coming in Spanish. If you're interested, I would love you to check them out. Show me some love over there. As I mentioned, it's more of a passion project than me trying to grow the channel just for the sake of growing it. I really wanted to create additional healing for all of us. For those of you who are subscribed and listen to my regular readings, but also just, using affirmations and meditations as tools to help us heal and to help us find balance and to help us manifest. So if you want to join me on that journey, I would be completely honored to see you over there. Like I said, they're brand new channels. I just started them, but I'm really enjoying them. So I hope you do as well. And yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave it. So everyone, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Thank you for my moderators as well. Thank you for all your likes and all of your I think I'm going to leave it there unless anybody has any final words or final questions for me or final comments. I'll wait a second in the chat to see if so. Yes, Nola Sunflower. You told your daughter you need a vacation and you need to travel to the ocean. Yes. You know, I live by the sea. It's about, if I may brag for a second, it's about 10 minutes walking to one of the most beautiful beaches here in the Dominican Republic. And right now it's raining, so I don't get to do it every day, but my daily practice is to walk barefoot in the sand, in the sea, when there's not too much seaweed. Is one of the most beautiful things that I've had the pleasure of doing and making a part of my daily life. So yes, get to the sea, get to the sea. All right, yes, Emily, I also do hope that the person you're seeing, things get more serious for you guys as well. All right, it looks like that's it, you guys. Thank you again. I'm going to leave it here. Have a beautiful night. Take care.